Hey y'all, it's me, Kia Montana. I'm on set right now. I'm a little close to the camera. I got my Neopets shirt on. I got an email from Neopets saying that I could enter, oh my gosh, the shadows. I'm living in the shadows. It actually kind of looks like the studio lights though, if you're on set. Very, very beautiful, very angelic. I just realized that I deleted the video, the countdown video that's been on my desktop for ages, thinking that it was another video, I guess. And I looked in the trash and it's not there, so that ain't good. I'll find it, or I'll make a new one. Either one, we'll make it work, guys. We'll make it work. Thank you for joining. Thank you. What is going on? I've been having a breakdown every day. Such is life. Not a breakdown, a breakthrough, as you may say. Every breakdown just ends in a breakthrough, if you really believe. Also, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, count down and you'll have fun. Solve your problems. There'll be none. Pay me $100 million and don't get refund because against terms and service. Okay, welcome. I'm going on vacation next week. So I'll be gone for 2 weeks. I'm going out of town for basically 2 weeks. So you will not see my precious, gorgeous face, and it could not come at a better time. My attitude is horrible. My attitude is shit, okay? And I apologize. Anyone who has to deal with me right now, I apologize. Couple reasons as to why. Number one, I feel like I'm not a good flyer. I always get nervous about flying, especially longer trips. And as much as I want to pretend like it doesn't make me nervous and I'm fine and I'm a strong, independent boss babe who has traveled, a lot on airplanes, it still makes me nervous. And I always freak out in advance. So that's not a valid excuse as to why my attitude sucks. But it is part of it. It is part of it, Like if I get nervous, one of my reactions is to get bitchier. So that's number one. Number two is...
Gonna have to actually drink a little celery juice. Keep me going here.
Magic medium. Medical medium still, grifting. So that's always on my mind in the background. Just to anger me. Second thing is, the last 2 streams have been completely contentious, both on my end, my fault, and for some fans who just do not want to let shit go. Look, I've always said that I'm like a big supporter of no blocking, on Instagram, I don't block people. I don't delete comments. That's been my whole shtick, right? Because I'm like, I think, freedom of speech is important. I agree. I still agree with that. However, incessantly messaging me every single day, trying to get me to change my opinion about something ain't the same thing. I'm sorry to say. I'm all about your free speech. Trust me, I support it, but I don't want to read your DMs every day. If it's a thumbs up, I don't mind it, but it's like being confronted with you are a horrible person for believing the things you believe and you're wrong and it's against your own morals. It's like, can I decide on my own morals, please? Can you give me that one freedom? The internet at large? Can I have one freedom to be able to decide on my own? Look, I stand behind my feelings. They may change. A lot of things that people have, pointed out over the years through comments, I have changed on them. But being forced to change right now and make a public statement about it that you've changed your ways, that is never going to work. For me, for Rachel Hollis, for any other person out there that's trying to make content in any capacity, just FYI, it doesn't work. It feels horrible. I blocked a person today on Instagram. I'm not proud of it, but I just could not take it anymore. I'm like, I have to work. I have a full-time job. I have a side job, and I have this. Okay, this is supposed to be the fun one, all right? This is supposed to be the one that gives me joy. The one that I'm choosing joy for, okay? So it's not a slight to everybody out there. If you have your opinions, I totally understand, but I'm not trying to change your opinions, and I don't want you to try to change mine, especially in an aggressive tone where you're insulting me. Somebody called me obtuse, okay? Now, I said that they were extremely rude and they apologized for the obtuse comment. Okay, so I will give them credit where credit is due. But I don't want to be called obtuse. I'm sorry to say. It does not make me feel good, especially when I'm already in a pissy ass mood. So anyways, Not Jenna Cash. Oh my God, thank you, Not Jenna Cash. Damn. I saw that pop up. I did not see the 50 doll hairs. Thank you so much.
This is gold, straight up.
Literally the price of gold, I believe. $50, 50 G's. Not Jenna Cash says, here's something to make your attitude better. I watch you more than TV, so I sort of owe you back cable pay or something. Thanks for keeping us entertained, Kayla. Aw, thank you. You know what they say about me?
Her charisma is straight up off the charts.
Oh, thank you, Craig. And thank you, Not Jenna Cash. I greatly appreciate that. And I appreciate you listening to me rant about my issues and my farts and such, and my peeing my pants, which I have never done.
Peed my pants.
Ever. And not nearly as many times as Rachel Hollis has in the last 5 years. And also,
sales is love.
Sales is love. So thank you, Jenna. I appreciate it. Anyways, so yeah. So people have been a little harsh, and it's making me feel like it's making me rethink my old content more. How aggressive I have been against creators and people making content. I think I will give myself a little point in the credit department because I don't have like burner accounts where I'm like messaging people. I've never DM'd anyone. I never DM'd people and like, you suck and you're horrible. Like if I have an opinion about it, I'll make a video. Then it's their choice to watch it or not. I honestly hope they don't watch it really. It's just me expressing myself, my frustrations with the internet, specifically self-help and all that crap that we're going to talk about today, spirituality. And it's like for a different purpose other than trying to change them, you know? So I thought that was clear. If it was not, I apologize. That is my intention. I'm making content. I'm not trying to change anyone's mind by force feeding, my opinions down their throat. Anyways, on that note, thank you so much. I will be doing this stream tonight, having a grand old time, taking 2 weeks off, and then we'll come back refreshed, hopefully, or exhausted from traveling. That's also a possibility. But we'll come back, we'll come together, and we'll figure out a way forward. That's my plan, right? Right, guys? Wait, where's my applause? Thank you. Thank you. I need a little love in my life. I need some McConaughey. I wish I would have bought that course that I keep getting emailed to still buy. Then I would be happier. What do you have to say? That's the live course right now. Anyways, okay. Thank you. Let's talk about today's topic. It is party in the CULT. I can buy myself flowers, but I also can join a cult? ? I had the perfect soundbite for this. Actually, do I? Yeah, I do. I do.
Why does this sound cult every second? This spells cult. C-U-L-T.
What else?
Oh, okay. Cult.
What else? Yes, we are talking about Hannah Montana, the Miley Cyrus, and her compadres, aka her family members, who I have been following on the radar of woo-woo spirituality adjacent celebrities for a while now. And also, if you're a diehard Rachel Hollis hate watcher from this channel, there is a 1 degree of separation, maybe 2, between Miley Cyrus and her journey to the path of cult joining, maybe. I don't know. We're gonna discover it. We're gonna dive on in. It's been debunked, but then I've looked for the information of where it's been debunked, and I have not found that information. So we're gonna go in with open eyes, open hearts. Can't lose. But there's 1 degree of separation between Miley Cyrus in this world and Rachel Hollis. So we will go through that as well. It's funny because we actually touched on this on accident. If you were here, maybe 2 months ago, a month and a half ago, there was a video I was watching because someone had sent it to me about a the guy who believes he is like descendant of Thor, which I don't want to be offensive, but is Thor a real person? Is like Thor Jesus in the same way of like, well, there's, you know, the Bible and there's stories and Thor is like a figure like in that way? Or is it a real, like, and he's a real person that is now being written into these stories? Or is Thor like Zeus? I don't know. So forgive my ignorance, but I have no idea. But he believes, the leader of this cult believes that he is a direct descendant of Thor and therefore will now teach people karate. But of course, how else can you honor Thor but teach people karate? And then that is the cult. And there's much, much more. We're going to go into it. There's a lot of, it's giving me, what I've seen thus far, it's giving me the Moonies vibes a little bit for some reasons. And it's giving me Nexium vibes, which, you know, is pretty common, I feel like, for modern day cults, because they start off as like personal development workshops. Come join me at the personal development workshop. And then I go, and then they're like, oh, you're so gifted at this. You're a natural. You're a natural at manipulation, or AKA you've been manipulated really easily because you walked in here. So we're gonna recruit you to stay, and it costs $1 million. Anyways, how did this whole shenanigans get started? Well, you may know, if you're a big Miley Cyrus fan, she's been a little MIA. A little bit MIA lately. I have to tell you the truth, though, I did not notice. When Miley Cyrus kind of like took a step back from public life, I did not notice because her songs are, especially Flowers, which is that one you've heard on TikTok a million times, which is like, I can buy myself flowers, I can hold my hand. Okay, that one just blew up, insane, incredibly huge song. But she took a step back from like public facing social media. She's got a bunch of like Vogue photos, but I guess she was more active on TikTok and social media in the past. And now she has not really promoted her album too much. So people have been like speculating, like, where did she go? What's going on? And then in May, she was spotted here specifically at this event, okay, that I will go into, with these two gals, these two Lemurian flames. One of them's called Blue of Earth, okay, and one of them's called Lily, and they're both healers. Who would have thunk? Two healers in one room? Pfft, lucky gal. And I guess Blue, the friend, she's also taking a social media break. But allegedly, Blue is somehow associated with this cult that Thor runs. So let's take a look-see at where the genesis of this rumor got started was from this TikTok, and then we'll break it off from there. So let's see. I don't know which order, but
okay, hang on.
Let's see. This is from somebody called Michelle. Named Michelle. Michelle Talk. She's got her own social media platform called Michelle Talk. Just kidding. It's from TikTok, if you couldn't tell. Okay, so here we go.
I just saw on Twitter that Miley Cyrus is now in a cult. The cult is called the Modern Mystery School, and it's not really a school. It's allegedly an organization that trains healing practitioners in the tradition of the lineage of King Solomon. These healers are encouraged to join sacrifices every year and sign contracts stating that they aren't allowed to tell anyone about it.
Okay, I don't know what join sacrifices means. So, human sacrifice, animal sacrifice, or sacrificing your time and treasure to join this group? We will find out.
These two girls, Lily and Blue, were allegedly healers at the cult school. They allegedly met Miley in February of 2023, right after Flowers dropped, and encouraged her to join their cult. And allegedly this is the reason that Miley's been so MIA. No performances, no public appearances, no promotion for the album at all. Aside from the Disney Plus special that was back in March. Fans are speculating that Miley's Instagram is being run by an intern. Her first couple of posts about flowers were very loving, very personal, and as the weeks went on, they sounded very AI generated, which makes people think that someone is posting on her behalf. Miley's sister Brandy also went on a podcast and spoke a little bit about Miley's absence.
No shade to Brandy, the sister, but I had no idea she existed until looking into this story. I know Noah Cyrus, and I know the brother, I don't know his name, but I know the brother is in some band. That's my knowledge of the Cyruses. And then Billy Ray. We're also going to talk about Billy Ray because he is canceled. He uses the Facetune app way too much, and it's getting out of control, and it needs to stop. Okay? It needs to end. This man has 0 pores on his Instagram, and I can't stand it anymore. It needs to be talked about. This is the true story of our time. Take away the Facetune app or whatever filter he's using, because it's like a porcelain doll that does not need to be posted online. Okay?
I'm going to send you so much love and so much light and so much good energy today because I feel like you need it.
That's for Billy Ray's phone. Okay. Sorry, didn't mean to offend you, Brandy, but I did not know there's so many siblings in this family.
I'm not speaking for Miley. I'm not speaking for anybody. I'm not speaking for fans. But from what I gather, fans are a little frustrated that Miley's been a little quiet on social media and maybe not doing public performances. This is what the fans tell me is that, you know, where's Miley? We miss her. Like, we want to see her play, and she's not doing those things. And so people say crazy shit.
Something similar to this also allegedly happened after the Bangers era.
I did not see this part of the video. What is this now? Wayne Coyne? I have no idea who this is. Coyne on Miley Cyrus. She sends me pictures of herself peeing. Okay, good, great, wonderful. Good thing to tell the media. The eccentric psychedelic rocker is back with a new Flaming Lips album. Oh, Flaming Lips. I know that band. They're the ones who sing that one song, aren't they? About the ambulance. Mr. Ambulance Driver, I'm right there beside her. That's the only song I know from them, if that's even them. Okay, this time with help from the former Disney star and newfound love of A$AP Rocky. Okay. Relevant.
Miley kind of disappeared and started hanging out with this Wayne Coyne character. This man was 62 years old and very notorious for his drug use and his cult-like.
Okay, 62 years old. Now her dad is like 61, I believe. Miley's 30, and her dad, Billy Ray Cyrus, famously known for My Achy Breaky Heart, My Achy Breaky Heart, and also, right, that's him. And then also like Old Town Road, obviously, that's his newest hit. His fiance is 33. So, just interesting side note, the dynamics of years and dating and hanging out seem to be 30s and 60s. Mix and match. You can hang out with those ages.
Leadership. Back in 2012, he enlisted a bunch of celebrities to donate blood and add it into a vinyl record. The two also performed together back in May of 2014. And during this performance, there were accusations of drug use. There are also concerns that Miley is very easily manipulated and influenced by the partners.
Okay, so they're saying she's easily manipulatable. Okay, this is what this tweet says. Let's start with Patrick Schwarzenegger. He was Miley's boyfriend for less than a year, and because he opened a pizza store, Miley developed a pizza obsession. Okay, give her a break. Give her a break, everybody. At least on this one, all right? If my boyfriend opened a pizza store, I would also have an obsession, aka I'm coming for dinner every night. Pizza sound good? Yeah. Who's not going to develop an obsession of pizza if their boyfriend opens a pizza store? That's a little unfair, I think. Okay. Clear. Let's clear that one from her name. She's clear of that. She's not guilty of that charge. Okay. Then, what does this one say? Her partner for 6 months, Caitlyn Carter, dated. What? Her partner for 6 months, Caitlyn Carter, dated. Okay, that's not a sentence. During this relationship, her entire personality and attitude changed. Fans noticed Miley's style changed too, mimicking Caitlyn's. Well, 2 for 1. Swimsuits. That's a common deal at these stores. Where you want her not to get a bargain? Come on. Innocent. Okay. Let's keep going.
That she's with, kind of picking up the hobbies and interests of whatever partner she's dating at the time. And this is a picture of
Okay, this is the infamous picture. This is the one where, okay, she's at this event and we're going to talk about this. Know thyself, okay, that little thing on the stage. I don't know who these dudes are. I would love to know. If you know who these guys are, this man, ball cap, and this man, no cap. I don't know what that means. Stripes guy. If you know who these people are, let me know because I would like to look them up. This is the Blue and Lily person. And this is a podcast. And I looked it up and it was like a live taping of a podcast. Guess who was in attendance? Guess. Give me your wildest guess. Who was the speaker? It's a man. Very well known in this space. Who do you think it was? It was in May of this year. It was a one-on-one interview. A one-on-one interview with this amazing man.
I happen to be an empath myself.
Oh, which man could it be? Healer.
The mango frequency.
A perfect practitioner of neurology, neuroscience, even though he has no degree in neuroscience. The answer is ... I know there's going to be, Danica Patrick. Yeah, that's another one that's definitely involved. Aaron Rodgers dated Danica and then was tied to Blue of Earth. They all intermingle, swapsies. They all know each other because Danica Patrick was also with Kaya Raw, the one that was going on that rant that we watched like a month ago, where she was talking about, her Joan of Arc. Joan of Arc was going to join her at her conference and such. They're besties. Yeah, Aaron Rodgers involved. Interesting. It's all one big circle jerk. Okay, I see Dr. Amen, Tony Robbins, Eric Worre. Dr. Amen is involved in the story as well. Jay Shetty, Amen. I don't know who they are, but they're gay. Okay. Thank you, Joe, for that analysis. Joe Dispenza, baby. Lolo, you are right. It's Joe Dispenza. Jojo Despispy. Jojo Despicy. Jojo I despise. Enza. That is Joe Dispenza. So we can actually watch it to see what they learned at this amazing, life-changing event. And guess who was also there? Our good friend, Shawn Mendes, which we all know is 1 degree away from Rachel Hollis because Shawn Mendes' tour manager is Kez. Wow. Can you believe it? Hold on. I moved the camera closer. There's my room. It's all a lie, guys. I'm not in the studio. Say hi. Say hello. You only purred. That's not talking. Okay, let me go back. Thank you. Tara's in the house, everybody. Tara's in the house. You heard that, right? Okay. Anyways, all right, and I'll show that picture in a minute. But let's finish this TikTok. Here we go.
Miley with these 2 girls again, Blue and Lily, from one of their healing cult lectures in May. This is obviously all alleged, but it is really odd, and I just hope that Miley's okay. Leave your thoughts below, guys. Okay, so that's a little recap. This is another one, I believe. This is different, but same person. But that was a good recap. I think, again, lay off the pizza. Let's investigate more of the Know Thyself conference. And it was in LA. So I think there's a good chance that our girl Rachie was also in attendance because she's also living in LA now. Okay, here we go. Let's listen to this one. And play. And now. And refresh. Okay, here we go. Okay, hang on. I just saw on Twitter that Miley Cyrus is now in a cult. The cult is called the Modern... Oh, I guess it's the same one. Okay, never mind. Ignore that.
Okay, so this was the tweet. We already looked at this. Okay, these are just some articles about it. She's always been sort of spiritual. Her sister also is fairly spiritual, had a long ass interview with the medical medium on her podcast. I don't know if it's still relevant or if she's still doing the podcast, Miley Cyrus, or not. But I guess she was involved in the church. I'm assuming the Hillsong Church. I don't know that for sure, but if I guess her and Haley Baldwin are friends. I know she was involved in that with Justin Bieber. So we don't have to go down that road. But let me get my list up. Hold on. Here is Noah talking to the medical medium just for a second. And look at what he chose to wear at this very important podcast event. Here we go. He looks like one of the mice from Shrek.
What's going on is science and research hasn't actually had the answers yet for people who are sick on that level. But celery juice, big difference what goes on. It's hey, there's people who tried everything, done everything, every diet, every kind of lifestyle, every kind of supplement. They tried all kinds of modalities. They tried everything, right? Yep. And they're still stuck.
He's going against his spiritual counterparts who say that wearing sunglasses is actually the worst thing for you. Sunscreen and sunglasses, there's a movement against them right now. If you have been on wellness Instagram, it's eating borax is in. This is like the trends. I'm like Amazon influencer. Hey guys, welcome back to my Wellness with Kia. Bringing you all the wellness info that you need to know. This week in the wellness world, borax is in. Just take a big old scoop and put it in your mouth because that's what everyone's doing that claims to be a wellness expert. Also, sunglasses out. They will murder your eyes and make you go blind. Also, people are claiming that they can cure their need for glasses with some sort of eye drops that, like, I don't know, comes from some fucking natural company. So that's weird. Also, sunscreen, the worst thing you can do for your life and for your health. That's what's new in the wellness world today. Keto, still in, question mark? We don't know. Anyways, okay. That was that. That was just showing like, okay, medical medium is involved in the family in some regard. So they're definitely not skeptics. Okay, at least Noah. And Miley also, for her Instagram show that she had during the pandemic, I guess, she interviewed Dr. Amen, was her first guest, if you can believe it. So, again, they are just, hitting the circle jerk, as I say. Okay, but let's look at the event, the Know Thyself event. Let's stay on task, Kayla, for once in your goddamn life. Okay, so here's that picture again. Wow, Know Thyself. Got it. Oh, look who it is. Shawn Mendes. Proof. I wasn't lying. He was also there. And there's another photo of him and them having a big old hug. Now, this guy is the one who does the Know Thyself podcast. Now, like I said, he interviewed Joe Dispenza at this event. He's interviewed a bunch of people in the same space. This is how it was advertised. Okay, here we go. Know Thyself live podcast and community activation. So when people said this is proof that she's in the cult, I say that's slim. I mean, Michelle Pham, I believe her name is Michelle something. She's like an old school YouTuber. She's also Joe Dispenza super fan, and she claimed that she healed someone from being in a wheelchair with her meditation skills. So she's a little off her rocker in my opinion. But to say that it's a cult, I think is a little strong. To be a follower of Joe Dispenza, I think it's definitely on the verge. But I think this other magic school seems much more traditional cultish, where you're like living on a compound potentially, as opposed to just being like a fan of his methods. But this is what it was billed as. Okay, it was at a venue called Future Factory in LA. So there it is. Oh, the two most amazing men of our lifetime.
This man is one of the greatest innovators and creative geniuses of all time.
That's what they probably think their affirmations are in the mirror every morning. Okay, it's a live podcast and community activation elevating into a new realm of being. Very specific. I know exactly what type of content this will be. Are you going to that event about the new realm of being? Oh yeah, see you there. What should I wear? I don't know what to wear in the new realm of being. Is it like business casual, or should we dress like we're going to brunch? I don't know what to wear. In conversation with Dr. Joe Dispenza. And if you don't know who Dr. Joe Dispenza is, he's somebody who claims that all ailments are healed based on meditation, and he's a neurology, expert, neuroscience expert. Although he went to like a now defunct chiropractic school. End of story. So, take that with a grain of salt. Okay, it says a conversation about what it means to be a vibrational being. Oh, I need to know. I need to have conversations about how it is to be a vibrational being. And how quantum, hold on. Where's quantum? Nope.
It's so quantum.
There you go. So quantum and true transformation is available within us. Hello, human. I am excited to invite you to a private live podcast and community activation experience with myself and Dr. Joe Dispenza. Parking. Okay. There'll be food, drinks, music, and a great environment to integrate, network, and connect with some epic humans and join a cult. Sorry, that part wasn't there. If you want to invite someone you feel would love to be there, just let me know. Just let me know. Maybe. Operation Raise the Vibration commence. Hope to see you there. Tickets non-refundable. The vibes are high, but they're not refundable. So if you show up, don't change your mind. Tickets were $111 to literally hear Dr. Joe Dispenza dispense his bullshit about vibing higher. But hey, if you got Hannah Montana money, that ain't nothing. That ain't nothing to you. Okay. Also, before we get into the event that we're going to talk about, I want to read this statement from Miley herself. Now, this is from 8 weeks ago, and this is why I have torn thoughts, because I think she has a right, obviously, to take a step back if she wants to. Like, no one can force you to be in the public spotlight. It's a lot of pressure, especially at the global scale in which she is known and famous. Like, taking a step back is probably the most mentally sane thing you can do, regardless of promoting anything. And some fans are upset. Like, that makes sense. But, too bad, basically. Sorry. She's a person. But on May 23rd of this year, she put out a statement. And it says, "Sent from heaven," which, weird, but okay. "For clarity, I feel connected to my fans now more than ever. When I win, we win. Even if I don't see them face to face every night at a concert, my fans are felt deeply in my heart. I'm constantly creating and innovating new ways that I can stay connected to the audience I love. Bye. Without sacrificing my own essentials. Performing for you has been some of the best days of my life, and we will continue this journey together as we have for the last almost 2 decades. This has nothing to do with a lack of appreciation for the fans and everything to do with I simply don't want to get ready in a locker room, which is the reality of life on the road. These looks I've been turning don't travel well. The archival looks don't fold. I just don't want to sleep on a moving bus. It isn't what's best for me right now, and if you've been following my career, you know that I always change, and the way I feel about that could too. Love you forever. I'm just on my endless summer vacation." Okay, so she set the scene. She basically announced, she's going to take a step back. Don't bother me about it anymore, which I think, hey, we love that. We love setting boundaries. But at the same time, people are like, oh, now she's got free time to join the cult.
I don't know anything more cultish than that.
Okay, so I'm trying to figure out which way to do this. Like, what is the best, direction? We're gonna go all around a little bit, but we did the self-event. Okay, so we're gonna come back to that. Let's go and look at the friend. Let's look at the first friend, Lily, from the this is her, the blonde, right next to her. In the Know Thyself photo. Okay, let's look at her website and see what she's about. Okay. Her name is Lily Ashwell. And she is a person who cares about heavenly bodies, astrology decks, altar tools, altar candles, heavenly bodies, astrology deck and little guidebook, fine arts prints. She can do your birth chart. She'll do a reading with you. And this is who she is. Okay. And here's her picture. She's fixing the rug. And she's like, can you take my picture? And then she's like, let's put that on the website. For some reason. Okay. Lily Ashwell is an intuitive artist. Aren't we all? She just knows what to paint. She's like, landscape today. Astrologer, spiritual mentor, okay, and an archaeologist of the soul. I need a boo. I need like boo, boo. Archaeologist of the soul. In 2018, all of them in 2018, right? Like the dolphin lady, she also had her awakening in 2018. Something's up. That must have been like the real Mayan calendar. It's like 2018 is when everyone's going to wake up and be nuts all of a sudden. Okay. A healing journey. In 2018, a healing journey called her to the realm of her spirit, where she spent 3 years channeling, studying, and creating the Heavenly Bodies Astrology deck. It took 3 years to make an astrology deck. Today, she remains devoted to the path of healing, with a mission to support others in their own process of soul remembrance. Who were you before the... Oh my God. She must have channeled Dave Hollis for this quote. Who were you before the world told you who to be? That's a Dave Hollis quote if I ever heard one. My God. A note from Lily. Okay. And this is a note from Lily. When I began my deep dive into astrology, I was dealing with some major health issues due to Lyme disease. Okay. Lyme disease seems to be the connecting factor between cults and healing centers and a lot of different things. Lyme disease is always around. I just find that to be interesting. Chronic illness was very much a physical deterioration of my health and vitality, but it also forced me to get cozy with long suppressed emotions and lifelong toxic mental loops and habits. I had to reckon with how I relate to the people around me and life in general. It's not to say the physicality of my illness wasn't real. It was measurable by blood, but my healing journey had a curious way of pushing me into the deeper layers of my mental and emotional wiring to examine who I was. I came to understand my body as a part of an ecosystem, which included my mind, spirit, and the universe at large. It wasn't until I approached my situation from this holistic perspective that my stubborn physical ailments began to shift. Okay. My interest in astrology was fueled by pain and frustration around my health. Lyme brought me to my knees. There's one woman who's the Balanced Blonde, where she has a podcast. She blocked me also. And she said once, she's like, Lyme disease is a gift that like the other universe or the other dimension has given to you because it's opening you up to like all these new channels. I was like, what? It's pretty painful from what I understand, but okay. All right, Lyme brought me to my knees and rattled my sense of faith. It stripped away everything I had previously relied upon for identity, my career, relationships, and very way of life. So many times I didn't recognize myself in the mirror, both physically and emotionally. Who was this person looking back at me? I was attracted to the idea of my astrological birth chart being a spiritual blueprint, which could answer this elusive question. As uncomfortable as I was, I felt a small but mighty fire burning within, which at times reminded me I was losing myself to find myself. Okay, that feeling was not tied up in a perfect bow. I lost connection to it countless times, but beneath the layers of grief, for the time I was mourning and the fear I felt around what would become of me, lived an effervescent flicker of home, which I believed to be my spirit. It came in flashes, but delivered a sense of peace and faith while everything around me crumbled. I feel like this is like a journal entry. Like, keep the journal at home. What do you sell? What's your business? Even if you've never struggled with chronic illness, I imagine you've felt similarly lost at one point or another. I think anyone who's truly living is confronted with these questions at different stages. Who are any of us, really? What makes you you? Okay. So she's talking about Her mother. Okay. So much of growing up is coming to terms with our separateness. I'm always moved by a newborn's inability to distinguish itself from its independent from the mother. And as I sink deeper into this truth, I realize life never stops asking us to dissociate. It begins with mother, and as the years go on, it becomes anything we use to give ourselves shape. Even our internal landscape becomes something to zoom in and out of. We can spend a lifetime swimming formless in emotion, but the day we know ourselves as separate, even from our feelings. Okay, this is a lot of writing. Okay, so then she's studying a lot. She was a shy kid. She was like a walking X-ray. Okay, she's sensitive. She's going to read your birth chart. Cool. Okay, so that's her. My birth chart, all I have to do is put my name, my birth city, state, and country, the date and time, my social security number, $1,000, and she'll tell me who I am as a person. Okay, so that's Lily. Once again, that is her. Now let's look at the other person just to get a background of who these two people are that are apparently associated allegedly with this modern mystery school. Now, what is this one? This is an unlisted video. This is Mystery School with Blue and Zahara. Okay, Zahara, I don't know. I don't know if she knows Miley, but here is maybe proof, question mark? I have not watched this video, but it's an unlisted video on her channel. And this is the other woman that's in that picture. Deja Blue, which is somebody had said earlier in the stream that she might have been connected to Aaron Rodgers, the football player, potentially. And you'll see some people, Zach Bush, he's around a lot. I'm sure Aubrey Marcus is, oh yeah, there's Aubrey Marcus. I just knew if Zach Bush is there, Aubrey Marcus is like right nearby. But yeah, Sadhguru, okay, what happens after death? Like, you know, same old, boring. Okay, but here we go. Here's her Insta. So exciting. There you go. Painting, podcast, got her some child on there. Let's just, what is this? Is spirituality too new age?
The new age. I talk a lot about a lot of these deep esoteric conversations, and a lot of the right-wing Christian fan base would consider me new age. I'm nowhere near new age spirituality. I don't talk about the 5D. I don't use those terminologies. I'm talking about ancient practices from the Taoist immortals to the Bhagavad Gita and the Vedic perspective, Christ perspective. I'm not just talking about Christ conscious. I'm talking about serious Christ embodiment. It's a deep resonance, and it takes time. It takes practice, and it takes years of studying. The mystics before us, they were...
Okay, who is this guy, just to see? He's like, I'm not a regular 5D'er. I'm a 60. It actually goes back in time. He is, okay, he's a scientist. This is unrelated too. And look at the followers. Dave Asprey, okay. Dave Asprey, the quantum healer, okay. And coffee connoisseur. And Danica Patrick, there she is. Please, what is this word? He's Chevron 333, founder, chief scientific officer, Symbiotica, Qualitarian, Wake the Fake Up podcast. Okay, I'm just going down a separate. What the hell is this? That's why I join your Telegram group. That's my only option. Interesting. Okay, so he's just a guy. He's not the regular new age. He's an old age. Okay, that was just random. All right, so this is her. She's got 160,000 Insta followers. She's got swords, katanas. It says, Blue Bee is trying on the warrior archetype. And yes, my katana is backwards. I've had 2 sword classes so far. However, here we go. Strong mind, strong heart, strong body, strong purpose. Warrior's heart beat as one. And she tagged Awakened Warrior Tribe. I mean, that is pretty impressive. You got to be pretty abolitionist to be able to balance on a board like that, endo board with a katana. So she's got some abilities. Okay, let's look at her stories just to see. It says 5-day water fast, 7 days off social media, stillness of the mind, body, and heart, loving deep on my loved ones, and coming back to what's important. And now back to 8 a.m. HIT. Join us in the HIT. I love HIT class. like high intensity interval training. But after a water fast, no thank you. Okay, that first taste after 5 days of just water though. Okay, let's see the moment. Oh, okay, no, we won't. And that's Lily. So that's the other, so going back, okay, I'm pretty sure that's her. Wait. That's Lily and Blue. So Lily and Blue are hanging out. Confirmed. Okay, we're making progress here, everybody. Oh, damn. How do I get back to the other screen? There it is. Okay. For no reason, this is on an entire different browser. See? I'm a boomer. I'm a boomer from 1991. Okay. So they're drinking that. They only had water for 5 days, and now they're going to indulge in some green juice. Oh, and they're going to hug each other. Okay. And the dog's just there for the ride. Okay, again. Why is this on the internet? I always find all this stuff so bizarre. I find it so bizarre to put stuff like this on the internet. Isn't that weird? Delicious. I got this straight out of the toxic sludge garden from behind my house. It's called ExxonMobil Toxic Waste. I don't know. It's this new brand at Air One called ExxonMobil. It comes direct from the earth. It comes from a river that's been contaminated. Okay. And there they are again. Lily and Blue and the dog, unnamed dog. Okay. Zach Bush says, this moment brought me to tears. Okay, what moment?
Those of you who haven't met this woman, you're in for a treat. This is a person that
This looks like the set where Matthew McConaughey recorded his course, his roadmap, interactive experience. They just rented it out.
For me, really embodies the dedication to sacrifice of things believed before in order to.
What? Okay, we're going to go back to that. Okay. Doggies. Oh, so cute. Little doggies. Okay. Let's see that. Here. What the hell? Okay, everyone get your word salad emotes out. I think we're in need. Okay, Zach Bush, take it away.
And for those of you who haven't met this woman, you're in for a treat. This is a person that, for me, really embodies the dedication to sacrifice of things believed before.
What the fuck does that mean? She really believes, she embodies the dedication to sacrifice. Is that what they're talking about? The weekly sacrifice? The sacrifice. Sorry, is that too loud? Dedication to sacrifice of things believed before. That is a nonsensical statement. That means nothing.
In order to realize the new things. And she has dismantled and dismantled and dismantled. And it's one of the things that all of us have been in process of. And my last 15 years have definitely been an intense journey of dismantling. But to witness that in another person and to watch it create such beauty in the world around her is just a real testament to each of our potential. This woman is living an example of what play and prayer can manifest in life. And we all need to take deep lessons from that because
what manifested into an Instagram career?
There's a new era about to open up that we can all feel under the skin and in the air that we breathe.
What? I don't know what's going on anymore. I can't keep up. Like, the words don't make sense. The sentences aren't coherent, and yet over 1,900 likes. What are you getting from this, people? Explain it to me. I think she might have a crush on Zach Bush, and she's like, I wore my wedding dress just in case you want to get married. I want to honor this relationship, this quantum relationship by Gaia's gaze marriage vows. Let's take it right now together. Thank you for this introduction. I'm wearing my dress.
And the reality is probably already here. We just can't quite see it yet, but we can feel it. And I feel like this woman is one of those fish that got into the new pool before the rest of us, and she is swimming in waters yet uncharted, and she is playing with glee in those waters. But it's also notable that for when you see somebody jump into the next pool ahead of the game, it's really freaking lonely at moments. No matter how many people you're surrounded by, it's lonely because the vibrations you're experiencing simply haven't been felt before. And it codes for new genes, codes for new epigenetic patterns within those genes. And so, Blue, I just acknowledge.
What in the actual hell is going on? Like, I know I do a lot of nonsense. I'm getting sworded. I'm getting stabbed. I'm getting slashed by Blue in the background, as you can see. Blue, stop. Stop swimming in the fishing pond of the new dimension, okay? Take a break. Give it a rest. My head is hurting from your stabs. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck he's talking about.
Acknowledge the pain.
And I love how, like, people... Like, I love this woman. She is so smart. She is so gifted. She's above us all. She's in a different pool. She's swimming. She's gleeful. But I'm not going to let her speak. I'm going to speak for her for an hour and a half while I talk about her as she sits on the actual stage of my camper van podcast. And I will not let her speak because it's not that good, actually. My introduction about her is much more interesting and appealing than hearing from her.
Heartache, the sorrow, and the fucking joy that comes through you as well. And just honor that because it's hard fought. And
okay, I guess that's the cult. That's a cult. Okay, what? That meant nothing. That meant nothing. This guy's like, so beautiful. Zach's words were felt so deeply. By who? People who don't speak English? Like, did not make any sense. Okay, so let's go to her. Let's go to that original video where it says Mystery School with Blue and Zahara. Okay, this is hot piping tea. This has 319 views, okay, from 2 years ago, to be fair. But no, from September 2020, unlisted. Your girl found it. Let's go. Here we go.
Hi, beautiful people. My name is Blue.
And I'm Zahara.
We both have stumbled across in our life's work 2 technologies that have completely blown our minds at what is available beyond our own individual human experience. And those 2 technologies just so happen to be gene keys and
astrology.
So if you were to...
Okay, I know what astrology is. What is gene keys? Okay, we're going to learn a new word today. We should come out with a vocabulary book.
Make sure you have a lot of bubble bath.
All right, get your notes out. We're going to learn what gene keys are. Gene keys.
To just describe in a really brief nutshell what astrology is, how would you break it down?
Famously in astrology, we say as above, so below. So evolution.
What? Isn't that like some sort of thing that they're all accusing everyone of doing now, which is like some occult stuff? Remember that lady on the plane who was like, I saw something that wasn't real and I'm getting off the plane now. Remember? And then I saw a bunch of videos of like, they were saying, she did the sign, which is as above is below or something. I have no idea what it all means, but that's an astrology thing? I thought that was some sort of like, I'm in the cult thing. Interesting. Okay.
Evolutionary astrology is an opportunity to work with the energetic invitations that are represented by the planetary bodies above and integrate those energetic invitations into your lived real world experience below. So they're inviting you to live into the highest timeline that your soul has signed up for in this lifetime.
And so then when you combine...
Huh? Hold on. Astrology is the thing in the newspaper that says your birthday during this time, you're going to have a good week, girl. Or this, I guess, is an alternative answer.
To work with the energetic invitations that are represented by the planetary bodies above and integrate those energetic invitations into your lived real world experience below. So they're inviting you to live into the highest timeline that your soul has signed up for in this lifetime.
And so then when you combine that with the
Totally understood what that meant. Got it. Thank you for that very simple explanation. I am leaving more confused than ever before. God, sorry. Moving my desk closer. Okay.
gene keys, which is essentially, as astrology is looking out into the stars to give guidance of what's going on internally, the gene keys actually looks internally into your DNA to give you guidance on what's happening in your external reality.
Yeah.
And so when you combine the two together, you place these stars with the cosmos of your internal reality. Now you have a never done before experience, which is the mystery school that we are launching. It is a 2-part series. With everything that's happening in 2020 and at the beginning of the year, everyone's like, yeah, this is gonna be my year, 2020, new year, new me. And actually, yes, that is kind of what's happened, is that it's a completely new us, in the sense that any part of ourselves that we have pushed under the rug that we didn't want to really look at, it's all coming up to the surface with us as an individual level and also on the collective scale. And so this
sounds like they made their own mystery school, which seems to be what everyone does. They all have their own mysterious schools. It's a mystery school. We don't know what we teach. We don't know what we pay. You just come and we take your credit card and you leave with something. Probably. Just trust the universe.
Time of great uncertainty, because you just never know where the next arrow is going to come from. So what an amazing time and an opportunity to actually utilize these technologies, put them in our tool belt.
She's got a very interesting voice. Yeah, an accent. I cannot place it. I have not heard that before.
And support us with having a deeper level of self-awareness so that we can navigate these times with a much more surrendered state.
And so, Blue, what does mystery school mean to you?
I mean, first and foremost, I think about Harry Potter, and I think about how many years I spent wishing that a real mystery school actually existed. So essentially, it's like if Harry Potter met Zoom.
Pretty much.
Magic is real in real life, and we have the tools.
Bitch. Okay, that's why I love magic, like magicians, like mentalists, because ethically they tell everyone it's a trick. It's a trick that I am doing. This is a thing that I've learned. This is a manipulation technique I have mastered. That is what being a magician is. Right? Like, okay, I have done this card trick. I do this, like, take this thing out of my hat. Okay, obviously you could lie and be like, I am spiritual. Xenu has given me this strength to take this rabbit out of the hat. But they don't do that. They go, look, it took a lot of effort, a lot of time. It's for entertainment purposes. I really respect magicians as a profession. I don't respect this shit. Magic is real, guys. Magic is real. And you can utilize it in your real life. No, it's not. No, it is not. It is all these things are concepts and ideas and beliefs and practices and modalities. It is not a real thing. Cast a spell right now. You can't. Okay, then what are we doing here? Say Patronus, Lapala, Leviosa, and nothing will fucking happen. So it is not real. And doing it on Zoom, lame. Why don't you hologram it in? Why don't you get a howler, okay? If it's true magic.
To be able to invite you into that narrative.
So the catalysts, the triggers, all of the things that have come up in your reality lately that are catalyzing or triggering a flood of emotional energy or material to move. This is a container for you to bring yourself inside of for deep healing, for catharsis, for community. Some of the biggest breakthroughs in my own personal transformation have been in the field of tribe, of family, of community. And that is what the Create community is. And so if you've been calling that in for yourself, this is the space for it now more than ever.
Watch your internal landscape, your inner engineering shift to a new narrative, and therefore watch your external reality shift and reflect that back to you.
If that's not magic, I don't know what is. We didn't even plan that.
No. So for all of those individuals out there that are calling in a deeper level of initiation into the highest version of yourself, this space is for you. And the beautiful thing about this is that it is extremely accessible. It is only, for the first masterclass, it's only $33. If you want to get both, which I would highly recommend, it's $55 for 2 mystery school classes.
Mystery School Session 1 is going to cover fire and water. Mystery School Session 2 is going to cover earth and air. And we're going to initiate you quite literally into the highest expression, highest frequency of each one of these elemental astrological gene key pairings. So you will leave a more embodied, liberated, clear you from each one of these sessions, covering all of the bases. So we highly encourage you to join us for both.
Zahara, for the love of God, tell me, when is this mystery school and how on earth do I sign up?
Oh my God, calm down, calm down.
I'm sorry.
There's still time. There's still time to join. It is September 24th is session 1 and September 28th is session 2. So we invite you to check out thecreatecommunity.com where you can find
thecreatecommunity.com. Okay, let's see. Let's see if it worked out. Thecreatecommunity.com. Here it is. Oh, wow. A new model of online group coaching that makes world-class facilitation affordable. Personal development classes from world-class facilitators like those two ladies with hats. Here's one. Energetic wizardry, soulful sessions, Astro Dojo. The current, okay, we got to look at this guy too. Adam Roa. He's involved in this somehow too. I have links for him. This is just another like side tangent, but he's going to teach creativity. Class 1, understanding creative energy. 2, unlocking your inner artist. Number 3, monetizing your creativity. Just turn straight into grifting. Okay, you're creative? Let's charge people immediately. This one. Okay, here's another one. How to go from inaction to inaction. Jason, you're so funny. Class 2, how to build a competition-proof business. Class 3, no mo sales fear. So spiritual. Thank you. So spiritual. Okay. So there it is. Zahara Zimmering. Blue over here. These people. Adam Roa. Dr. Kat Meyer. What's the doctorate in? Jenna Ballard and Orrin Harris. And special guests. Okay. Cool. In-body sexploration. Embodied business. Astro Dojo. Okay, that's Zahara's class. That's the woman with the green hat. She is teaching Astro Dojo. House party. Okay. The Jedi Gym. Create Friday Night Live. Create. Open mic. Soulful sessions. So excited. Okay, cool. All right. I'm in. Join. Sign me up. Facilitated class. I'm sure there's no requirements necessary. You want a facilitated class? Let's do it, baby. All right. So that's just the platform. All right. Anything else?
All of that good information to join us for the first ever mystery school with Blue and Z.
I'm so excited.
Yes.
And I just can't hide it. No. I'm about to lose control and I think I like it.
Oh, this might be the one chance you have to catch us.
If you can.
Fuck yeah.
Alrighty, well, I guess we'll see you there.
All right.
I feel like Lily took over her spot. So it seems. Zahara, you're out. Lily is in. You are not a real healer. Lily's the real healer these days. Okay, so there's Blue. So this is one of Miley Cyrus's besties. Do you want to know what happens after death? She's got the answer. You want to know what aliens are restoring the feminine? Oh no, sorry. Aliens and restoring the feminine. 2 separate topics. She's got a week with shamans. Cool. All right. That's Blue. Now, so that's the 2 people in the picture. They were at the Joe Dispenza event with Miley Cyrus. That's all we know so far. Now, gene keys. Hold on. Before we go on. Thank you to that suggestion. This is who came up with gene keys, I suppose. which is a grand synthesis of practical wisdom to help guide you to a deeper understanding of yourself and your true potential. Like a precious treasure map, this website invites you on a journey of self-discovery to find the true higher purpose of your life. Wow. Someone called Jay Shetty the purpose man. He needs to get in on this technology. A lot of information here. Let's look on YouTube real quick.
It was in 19...
They have 47,000 subs. That is much more than me. Once again, I feel defeated by that. Okay, this is such a long... Spirituality and money. They always... Oh, I'm sure it's all good. Pay me money. Let's just see real quick. We don't have to watch the whole thing, obviously.
So welcome to this first new series of webinars in which I'll be putting the art of contemplation into action. And as you may or may not know, contemplation, well, it's my thing. And it's the word I use for a deep penetration into the heart of any problem or mystery in life.
Sir, never say that again to me, in front of me, please. Okay, so what the hell is gene keys? Do I have to give you my DNA, I'm assuming? That's what I'm guessing here. Welcome to Gene Keys, everybody. Welcome. We're about to explore. This does look like Kez. Might as well be. This is Kez's brother, Gene. What's her name? Gene Keys. Any relation to Alicia? No. Okay, sorry. Here we go. Amazing. Oh, same location.
Hello and welcome to the Gene Keys. The Gene Keys is a synthesis of world wisdom. And the essence of the Gene Keys is it's here to guide you on your own unique path in life.
Wow.
So what you'll find here
so lucky.
Is a vast diversity of different approaches. Left brain, right brain, imaginative, meditative, devotional, physical, poetic, lots of different paths. And there's also an amazing profiling system to explore here.
Sure.
In a way, there's something for everyone. And the essence of it, it's about finding the inner wisdom inside you. It's not about...
It always is. It's like, why am I paying for a course then if it's just, I already have all the wisdom within me?
giving you more trainings or information. It's about opening up from inside, opening our hearts to life, refining our spiritual awareness and mastering how to live our everyday.
Okay, mastering how to live. Okay. So it's books, it's courses. What is this? Another video? Sometimes there's too many videos. Here, we're almost
It was
there.
in 1996. I was in my late 20s. I was living in a small cottage in south of England. And I woke up one morning into a higher state of consciousness. It was as though my whole body was just a field of light.
So you just woke up one day and were like, now I have the keys to the universe. Let's make a course.
And it was out of that state that lasted 3 days and 3 nights that I was moving through the cosmic field of truth.
Okay, let's because I'm probably gonna get copyright striked already because of this music. Let me just read it. He was moving, so he was 3 days, he was, God descended upon the small English town and said, you, sir, will be the one who I will bestow this information on. Okay, it says, extraordinary things were revealed to me in that time. Wow, what a lucky dude. Can I like that? Essentially, the gene keys are this code that you contemplate. Hold on, can I make it smaller? And as you contemplate it, it starts to come alive inside of you. What I did is I went into the 64 facets of consciousness. Siddhi is a Sanskrit word for divine gift or enlightened expression of consciousness. Okay. So there are 64 words for the gifts. Okay. Let me move out of the way. Hold on. I'm just going to float. So there are 64 words for the gifts, and there are 64 words for the siddhis. Okay, I'm confused. In this particular lens, conflict teaches you how to be diplomatic, how to approach another in your relationship with more kindness, with more empathy, how to take responsibility for your own actions, and all those things that we learn when we learn the art of diplomacy. So peace is hidden in conflict. And the real purpose of conflict is to teach us to come back full circle to peace. Okay, tell that to every person who's survived a war. It's actually not about land conflict. It's not about ridiculous, useless loss of life for no reason whatsoever but oil. It's all about peace, actually. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Gene. That's how each gene key operates inside us. And we have a whole panoply of these frequencies. As I went deeper and deeper into these threads, okay, he's got a hologenic profile. This looks scientific for sure. I realized that it was like traveling backwards. Who's behind him right there? Is this a picture or is this someone? Oh, wait, sorry, that's me. Watch, it moved. There's just someone like watching. Weird. In our awareness. So you have to go backwards in time, step by step with your awareness. But actually, if you're really contemplating, it's a living experience. There's an inner attitude that we have to awaken first to the shadow, to the suffering. Anyone that can take responsibility for their shadow states. And then finally, that flowers into the city, the ultimate adventure. All right, I'm more confused. Like, what are you going to do with my DNA? Just tell me. Just tell me already. Let's go to the shop real quick. So basically, he was sleeping. He was in a 3-day bender that gave him the secrets to life. Oh, and of course, he gets the secrets to life from the divine, and he's going to turn it into a course that you can download for $50. Or if you want the Pearl sequence, $150. Or if you want the Delta, it's also $150. Or the programs, the guides program, $750. The Dream Arc. What the fuck is this? I don't get it. What? Okay, I want to spend $300. What do I get? Oh. Okay. That's pretty cute. The little otter, though. This will do something for you. It's got a lot of videos.
Welcome to the Dream Arc. What is the Dream Arc?
What is the Dream Arc?
It is an epic journey.
Uh-huh.
When you decide to open up the doors to this journey in your...
Okay, this guy's full of shit. Take a look inside. Okay. God, another video. Let's just see real quick.
My name is Rosie Aronson, and together with Richard the Sage, Sally the Voyager, and Elijah the Wizard, I am the Dream Arc Guide.
What?
Now, Richard has already shared so beautifully about what the Dream Arc is. So it's my great pleasure to show you the Dream Arc, just to give you a little sneak peek of what's inside.
Thank you.
Because in the end, the Dream Arc cannot be fully described or understood with the mind, right? It is here to be lived and collectively unleashed by you, me, and any of us who feel called to take this journey. Now, if you do feel the call, you might want to invite a friend or a group or even a community to sign up with you. Because if we are going to dream a new world into being, then we are going to need each other.
Money.
Okay, without further ado, I introduce you to the Dream Arc.
I have no idea what could possibly come next. The Dream Arc is Richard the Sage, Rosie the Guide, something the Voyager, and something the Wizard from his house on Zoom. Elijah the Wizard, Sally the Voyager. Wait, sorry. Okay, this seems very good. What am I? The loser. There's a lamb. There's an octopus. There's a rhinoceros. Are we missing any words? No, it's just music. 192 creatures. 64 by 3. What? Okay. Exploring the 3 realms. 64 fear keys. Underworld insects. Sorry. Fish and reptiles. I don't understand any of this. I'm sorry. 64 life keys. Middle world mammals. 64 vision keys. Upper world birds. Is this like a Hobbit thing? Introducing the 3 portal creatures and their powerful meditations. Are you following this, guys? This is groundbreaking information. Rhythm resilience ritual. Bird, camel, and praying mantis. Okay. Wait. Sorry. Choose one of us now to help you set your intentions for the great adventure that lies ahead of you. You may also call on any of us at any time in your journey to help in tackling specific challenges that may come up. So like people just like be pretending, huh? They just like had an idea. They're like, ooh, wouldn't it be cool if like I could just think of like imagine a camel was helping guide my days, and they're like, oh, we should make a course about this. Initiation of the lower world. Oh, okay, hold on. Let's see. Let's see. He's got a SoundCloud from the portal creatures, the mantis. My portal creature. My black cat tarot creature. Here you go. Let's see. Okay, still music. I am Spider. Galactic Dreamweaver. Water, earth, fire, air, laughers. Find your laugher. I'm more confused watching this. I am an otter. For you, a beautiful message have I. Be playful. Sometimes admits even the something. Diarist of circumstances. This is what is most needed, and not just a short burst, but forever. Need a break? Come down with the sloth. Dive in to this Baba Eat. What the hell is this video? Choose your quest. Okay, sorry. My entire leg is numb. Kitty, come on. And again, there is no further explanation. So I guess you can join this cult too. Which I guess is sort of like a fan fiction about animals, and they all guide you. I mean, that could be a book. Like, do we need a course for $300? Can't you just put this in a book and like go, you know, otters really are like very nice, and they seem like very fun, and I think that they remind me of being nice and fun in life. This seems confusing. Like, this is a lot of Luna. Oh, Luna! Let's see, is she talking again? No, she's not talking. Okay. Carl Jung. Okay, I've heard of him before. He's a part of this course. Like, I at least feel like, I mean, this is like Scientology style, I think. At least they tried. Like, some other courses are like, just think positive thoughts, and positive thoughts will come back to you. They've actually tried to, you know, make it so it seems legit. Now, obviously, this is all garbage that someone just made up from a dream, but, you know, there's numbers on it. Like this womb can be 20. When you're in the womb, you have an epsilon brainwave frequency. Doesn't everyone know that? And then during puberty, between 9 and 14, you are the lunar node, Jupiter. Okay, that's enough. That's enough. Okay, we've explored gene keys. I love the animals. Don't understand the rest. If you're into this, good for you. You got a lot of free time to be able to figure this stuff out. You've contemplated quite a lot. Okay. Just to show you another Shawn Mendes photo. Shawn Mendes really loves this guy who does the podcast. He's a big fan, apparently. And it sort of makes sense. I can kind of see that he likes spirituality stuff. Especially if Kez is his tour guide. Now it's all making sense. Okay, what is this? This is, okay. Now let's switch gears. Let's talk about the modern mystery school. Now, I don't know where the connection necessarily is between Blue, Lily, and this specific school. Now, I guess that's where people are saying it was debunked, but then someone said that they just took their names off of the website. So that's not really debunking. That's kind of like they confirmed it, but I don't know. Let's find out. So let's read the article. Fans are concerned. Okay, now we're going to talk about the actual cult that they think that she's a part of, which she may be. Who knows? Okay, let's see. Okay, that's just like talking about what the TikTok is. Hello. Okay. I'm streaming. Okay. Perez Hilton, you provided nothing. Thank you so much for nothing. Here's another article. These articles are all horrible. Like, can we get a real outlet like Kia's World to make a blog post about it? Okay. This is like the same thing. Rumors spread by many fans of Zed's voice point to this. Miley would be encouraged to know. What? This is not even real. This is not even real words. Sorry, everybody. We're getting there. I thought the TikToks were going to be more helpful. Anyways, okay. This is the modern mystery school that we're going to be discussing today. That is the alleged, this is the movie about the cult that they're not calling a cult, but it is a cult. Craving Magic. Okay, so here is this. Follow our journey as we unravel the mystery of the modern mystery school. This project documents and highlights the story of its members and sheds light on what actually occurs within the community. This is a film created by the members who have directly experienced the teachings and tools from this lineage. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and watch the magic unfold. Okay, so this reminds me of the guy from NXIVM who was the documentary filmmaker who ended up leaving the cult and then being like a big force against it. I forgot his name, but he was the guy who did let me see, he was a big part of the Vow documentary, especially season 1. And his name was Mark Vincenti. Okay, that guy. So he, in the NXIVM cult, was a member / documentarian who was going to like make the documentary about the, group and how amazing it was and how they're healing Tourette's around the world and how Keith Raniere is like this big, sage man. Okay, so that's a pattern, I will say, that the Mystery Modern School is following. Now, they're going to make their own documentary about the Mystic Magic School. So let's watch chapter 1, shall we, to get an idea of what the heck this is? Because there's a bunch of, like, what's the purpose of a hierarchy? Okay, let's see that. Let's see. And also, the guy who runs this, the cult leader, is named Gudni Gudnason. Here we go. The purpose of a hierarchy is because the cult leader must be in charge.
Like, I think you're touching on it. Why then the hierarchy? Like, why then do you think why does this
hierarchy too low
serve us? It's like, well,
it doesn't. You're just brainwashed, probably, potentially. Okay, let's try. Better?
Or can't we all just be equal and love one another? Kind of like, we are all loving one another, but what does this hierarchy, what is the purpose of it?
Well, we always, wherever we go, either we want to call it in our own world or the outside world, whatever we want to call it.
Okay, that's never a good sign. If you're calling anything but this group the outside world, you might be in a cult. You may be in a cult. Okay, that's sign number 1.
We always need that hierarchy. We always need that, call it point person, that group, those leaders, to discuss, to create, to bring that opportunity to show others what is available. It's no different to, why do we need a captain to a ship, right? We need someone steering the ship. We need someone to steer that ship. And I believe, and that's just another way of saying we all have a role in this. We all have come here with purpose.
And our role is probably going to be sex slave. Just going to guess that would be their role. And the leader is going to be the sex god. That's just my guess based on former cults that have come undone. Okay. Where is from student to leader? Why am I here? Good questions. Hold on. Let me go to the website back. Okay, this one. So these are unlisted. Why? I hate that. No, it's not. Okay, this is Modern Mystery School International, a different YouTube page, which is more about the Modern Mystery School, but it's different than the one about the documentary. Okay, let's just take a look-see here. Craving Magic. No, Living in Full Empowerment trailer. Okay, that's what we need. This is from 1 month ago. Okay, ready? And it's hot tea, 686 views. The Modern Mystery School documentary series trailer. Look inside the Modern Mystery School to see the hearts of the students, their experiences, their stories, and why they do this work. So many people in the world with so many problems. Those brave enough to embark on the journey of solving these problems will ultimately reach a threshold of understanding and require a path to greater knowledge. All of our problems lead to a universal solution. Until you decide you are the creator of your own life, you can't change anything. All your problems stay the same. The Modern Mystery School is a community of spiritual catalysts who are trying to answer the question, can I change? Can we as humanity change? Can we solve all of our problems? Can we be a better life for ourselves and the world? Is peace possible? Join us for our quest to discover and see if they can. This is a series about the hearts of people who sought a different way. Okay, I'm invested. Let's do it.
So many people in the world.
Oh, it's about to read.
So many problems.
Exactly what I just read.
Those brave enough to embark on the journey of solving these problems will ultimately reach a threshold of understanding and require a path to greater knowledge. The path to know thyself. All of our problems lead to a universal solution.
Okay. Oh. That was the script.
Creator of your own life. You can't change anything. All your problems stay the same. The Modern Mystery School is a community of spiritual catalysts who are trying to answer the question, can I change? Can we as humanity change?
Probably
can
not.
We solve our problems? Can we create a better life?
Okay, this is Gudni Gudnason. He's the direct descendant of Thor. So he's the man. He is the leader. He is the captain of this ship. I'm pretty sure. I think that's what he looks like. If it's not him, it looks very similar to this guy. But he knows how to dress himself. These people know how to wear a suit. Am I right? They don't just do black tie. They do ornate details. Okay, here we go. Continue.
Create a better life for ourselves and the world. Is peace possible? Join us on our quest to discover and see if they can.
Okay, what is going on here? What is he bestowing? Excuse me? That is my mouse cord. How dare you? Little kitty, you're trying to bite the string of my mouse? I never did that before. What do you have to say for yourself? What do you have to say for yourself? Silence. Okay, let me go back. What was that? I don't know. I can't tell. But it looks really legit.
This is a series.
Humans are inherently good. No one is responsible for the sensitivities of your life. I'm assuming, but you. This man also. That must be their uniform. Is like you have to wear the most ornate suit they have available at Dillard's. At the day that you went to go buy the suits. Kitty, why would you go under the microphone? The one place that it's very inconvenient for you to be, huh? Right? Yeah, right. Okay.
Series about the hearts of people who sought a different way.
That wasn't Lily, was it? No, just another blonde woman. Okay.
Sought a different
If you spot Miley Cyrus, call it out.
way. Because it is time for something real.
Oh, Blue was using the katanas, so that's a sign. Okay, maybe there's something there with that. Like, wink, wink, I got my katanas. I'm taking katana class.
Something that cuts through the illusion of what we are not.
Oh no, you are eternal, you'll never die. Oh God, that's never good.
So that you can remember what you are. That you are light. You are divine. You are magic. And magic is real. It's living right there inside of you.
Oh, well, mark your calendars, guys. 2 years from now, these people will be the stars of a hit documentary about escaping the magic school. Magically escaping the mystery of the mystery magic school. My Thor experience. Okay, there you go. Soak it all in, everybody. All right, here we go. Craving Magic, Chapter 1. And one comment is, what I needed today. It is an absolute blessing to be a part of this lineage. Thank you. Be blessed. Okay, and this one says, how to heal from addiction? How to heal trauma? How do you find the right spiritual path? How do you overcome the expectations of yourself and others? Find out more in our first episode. Okay, here we go.
So many people in the world.
Okay, let's skip this intro that we just watched. Life. These are the stories of those who chose to walk the path of initiation, never a good word to use in the context of cult, in the modern mystery school tradition. Okay, here we go.
I was pretty deep in AA, so it was like, you have a drink by accident, you wake up with a needle in your arm.
I told my parents that I was a witch.
Excuse me? I was in AA, so you have a drink by accident, and you end up with a needle in your arm. Sir, is it too loud now, by the way? That may just be a you problem.
I was pretty deep in AA, so it was like, you have a drink by accident, you wake up with a needle in your arm.
I told my parents that I was a witch, which back in those days, was kind of unusual to want to identify with that, because witches were the old, ugly hook nose with the wart, with the hair growing out.
I've tried sobering up in the past. I've been to several inpatients. I usually make it like a week or two and get kicked out because Justin off of drugs doesn't behave well.
I come from a big family with a very strong disciplinarian family, father who would say no, or no, you can't have that. Even as an adult, that has still been with me.
When I started sobering up, the mental stuff I was running from started coming back. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's why I was getting high. You know what I mean? I'm like, I can't really cope with this.
I had not really been anywhere or involved in anything that just allowed me to just be me, that and gave me that
definitely a cult
feeling that this is right, this is good.
Two individuals, two unique. Oh, to know thyself. Oh shit. Miley. Now, I don't think that's necessarily connected because, like I said, Know Thyself is a podcast that is the one with the it's like similar themes, but it's the one that the Joe Dispenza guy here. So
really wonderful ways.
I don't know if this Andre Duquam, I don't know if he's related to this or it's just a coincidence. Maybe that's the debunking, because here, oops.
Most people lose their free will.
Shut up.
Really.
Sorry. Let's mute. This is where this was from. Ah, there's Miley Cyrus and Lily. Okay. But the thread we're trying to weave here is that Know Thyself in this podcast is related somehow to Know Thyself in the magic school. Now, I don't know if that exists. There might just be a coinkydink. She might just be playing in the pools of fishing in the waters of Joe Dispenza. She may not be going this deep into the magic school, which seems to be a actual functioning cult. So we don't know. God, look at this comment. Dr. Joe's work helped me save my own life. He deserves a Nobel Prize. So did Andrew Tate save many guys, but he's not getting an Oscar? The fuck? I'm sorry. I hate the internet. I can't. I need to just get off the internet. I can't read any more of these dumbass comments every day for the rest of my life. I can't do it. They're so stupid. Okay. Hold on. Where did that go? Okay, there. Let's save this for later. Because confirmation that she's there. But again, we need to find it if the magic school has anything to do with it. But let's go back to the documentary. Okay, 2 individuals, 2 unique lives, different stories, diverse backgrounds, yet one desire to know thyself.
I didn't have anything to live for. I didn't want to be gone, but I didn't want to be here either. I felt very stuck. I think that was the hard part. I wasn't proud of myself, and I had no direction. I had a hard time being alone with my own thoughts. I would surround myself with people because alone.
I think, yeah, they're definitely targeting people who are going through a hard time. But of course, oh, you're rejected from your family? Come join the cult. Oh, you have an addiction problem? Oh, come join the cult.
My mind would beat up on me, and I would get very depressed and anxious and spent most of my time so depressed and anxious all the time. I didn't realize I was depressed or anxious. I just thought that's how everybody copes through life. You just suck it up, and just try to make yourself smile. So I'd say I had a good heart, but I was lost. I knew who I was, what I wanted to do. I wasn't even sure, simple stuff, how I like to dress, what music I listen to, because so much of my life was built around trying to impress others so I can feel worthwhile. If I can make you laugh, or I can make you mad, or I can make you whatever, that gives me some kind of value to my life.
Okay, here's some intel. You are a unique individual. Oh, well, thank you. And as such, you need to walk the path of know thyself, understanding that your individuality is wholly unique and is meant to be this way. You are not perfect the way you are. By sovereign impissimus. Ipisismus, Dave Lanyon, lineage holder of the modern mystery school. Sovereign Ipissimus. I peed my pants. I peed my pants.
Peed my pants.
I was prescribed, stimulants from the age of kindergarten all the way to high school, and I hated being on it. I can't stand stimulants. It makes me feel like I'm not myself. It shuts me up. It works. Don't get me wrong, but you're not you. And I hated being on that, twice a day for 15 years. And then as I got older, when I tried to get off heroin before, I got on Suboxone, and I had a Suboxone doctor, and she's like, I don't think you understand, your ADHD is worse than your heroin addiction, which I had a hard time understanding, because I'm like, dude, I have overdosed in a Walgreens, and I've fallen into the cooler trying to get a Fiji water, because I thought it was better to put that kind of water into my veins. I was like, that'll take care of my health. So it kind of blew my mind, that my ADHD was worse than the thing that's been killing me. And once I sobered up, initially I understood, because it was so hard to, just staying seated and having a conversation without thinking about other stuff and being worried about what someone's thinking about.
I just need to get to and then I joined this cult, and that's where my life got better.
To not misbehaving, just acting out so if I can make you laugh, I can feel okay, you know what I mean? To be able to organize and conduct myself in a way where I can accomplish many things at once.
It's gonna pop up in a second, but thank you. Good spider, bad spider. This is what I read on my screen. Thank you so much. This is pair character lying on the side, raising his arms while saying, how's it going? Oh, here it goes. Thanks, Rach. Thank you, Rachel. Thank you for delivering this message to us. If anyone joins the membership, I believe, we will see Heidi running full speed in a warehouse. GIF. Good spider, bad spider. All I have to say to that is
I have to go do a potty.
goodbye. Just kidding. Also, thank you so much. And also,
I'm outside the Cheesecake Factory waiting for it to open.
And also, finally, this is what I have to say to Gudni Gudnason.
You look like a Lord of the Rings elf.
With a weird suit. Okay. Do you want to keep watching this or should we kind of skip forward? Because now we're going to talk about the witch. Okay, let's skip ahead a little bit. I feel like I got a gist of his heroin stuff.
Cool, but I found it through really excessive psychedelic use. You know, I was with a crowd that always had like really high quantities.
Thank you,
and
good spider,
qualities
bad
of,
spider.
LSD, mushrooms, nitrous, ketamine. We did interstate trafficking and stuff like that, and I had a very life or death experience. We were on a run picking up some supplies, and my buddy spilled a bunch, like a vial in my mouth on a run. And as soon as it hit my mouth, I knew it was far too much, and I just let the entire thing sit. And in like 15 minutes, it was like I was tripping harder than I even know was possible. I stepped in front of a moving vehicle and just saw white light.
Yeah,
it was
you
it.
got to realize, like, this is who they're putting up front to promote joining the cult. Like, not to say that this guy's, you know, I don't know. He's obviously got issues, and that's its own thing. But, like, why, other than other people that have gone through such a traumatic experience that are looking for anything that could help, why would they have this guy represent the cult? If it was, like, actually, like, oh, like, at least in Scientology, it's like Tom Cruise is this big celebrity, Mission Impossible guy. Like, that sort of, you know, makes sense, but because they're trying to recruit other celebrities. Now, this is who they're trying to recruit. It's like people going through a very hard time.
I was out of my body. I was very confused. I was pleading to come back. And it wasn't really until I thought, I was like, I can't leave here until everyone knows how much I love them. And I was back in my body. I was back in my body, very confused, because I thought I was just dead. It destroyed everything that I knew about life, you know, and it wasn't like just a guess anymore or an inkling. It's like I had this experience that like some people don't come back from. So then I went a couple years of doing that, trying to chase that experience to understand it, and got super spun out, just using all the time. And then eventually I started finding alcohol to cope with the mental aspect of it.
Okay, so basically he's delusional, he used drugs, even more so. Okay, let's skip ahead again. Okay, here comes the mystery school part. Okay.
Off to Arizona, and I stayed in a super cool treatment that had a lot of like holistic healing, and that was like, that started, I mean, I knew it was different that time because I've tried sobering up in the past. I've been to several inpatients. I usually make it like a week or two and get kicked out, because like Justin off of drugs doesn't behave well, you know? And I think that treatment is what also led me to be searching for something like the mystery school, because it was like my first taste of like doing energy work and, you know, all those different new kind of healing.
Okay, see? That's why when your friend goes, I'm going to a Reiki energy healing person, and it should raise, to me, a red flag in my mind. Now, I'm not going to say to a friend, like, don't do it. I mean, I might. They're a close friend of mine. Don't do it. But it's such a gateway. All this bullshit, like the other mystery school that Blue was doing about, like, gene codes and keys and astrology. It's all fun and games until it leads you to, oh, going to this retreat about energy healing opened my eyes to this cult that exists. It was my first experience doing breath work. Like, that's the slippery slope that this can go down a lot. That was the slippery slope I was going down personally. I started with yoga. Then I did a little bit more personalized yoga, group life coaching. Oh, now I'm doing one-on-one life coaching. Now I'm doing, you know, the advanced training for whatever. It's like, I'm doing Psych K, you know, and it's like this whole other modality, but like it's a slow drip. Now I'm doing spinal, network spinal. It's like, I started with yoga. I'm not saying I shouldn't have done yoga. I still do yoga today. But if you're in a space like this guy is seemingly, where he's gone through a hard time, you're not in therapy yet, you have an addiction, you have problems, you're not totally like self-aware yet as a person, which is like a lot of people, myself included. You do these little things, you get into these groups, and you're stuck. Now you're in, and it's a great tribe. Oh, it's this experience. We love each other. We're just positive lights, and we're light workers, we're healers, and da-da-da. And it's like, sounds so wonderful and magical. And oh, we do real magic. We're Harry Potter on Zoom. Like, of course that sounds fun and exciting. However, now this dude is probably like, his entire life is probably invested in this thing. He probably doesn't see his family. I don't know. I'm just assuming based on other cult, testimonies. Another suit. This guy's, I don't know who this guy is, but he's got his collection of suits. Another one. The Modern Mystery School, Hermetics, Initiation, Ritual Master, Healers Academy, Empower. Okay, let's go back.
And I was like, wow, there's something to this. I want to be involved with something like this for the rest of my life.
No.
The Modern Mystery School.
There he is, right there in the front. It says, we missed you so. I cannot wait to see this footage in the documentary. Like, I already know, like, in a real documentary that's gonna be made by, Netflix or Hulu or something. I already know. We already know this pattern. This is, gonna happen. Some big conflict's gonna come. They're all gonna do, split up. Some are gonna say, oh my God, like, this was the worst experience and here's my story. And then some of them are gonna stay. And the guy's gonna go to Mexico and he's gonna hide there. And oh my God, like, geez. But how do these people how do you find this? That's what I want to know.
School. When I heard those words, how you can get so excited when you hear something, you just know, yeah, this is it. This is the place.
I can really tell when people are not being genuine. But it was like, even after only being a couple times and going back there after months, everyone remembered my name. You know what I mean? I didn't know any of their names. And
because it's a recruitment tactic, Justin. Come on. They saw you. You were the mark. They remembered your names because they wanted to get you for your story. And you also have a name tag on. It says Justin on it. That might be why. That might be a factor in this.
To get like those hugs, you know what I mean? As if like, and just,
whoa. Oh no, I thought I recognized that girl, the twerking girl, twerking for enlightenment girl, but that's not her. Okay, never mind, proceed.
You know what I mean? As if like, and just to, when you get that hug, to feel like you've already known each other for a while. To have like a feeling without a shadow of a doubt that like, I feel I'm in the right spot. To have that like sense of peace just wash over you, with someone you just met. That was like the first thing was like, I don't know what this is, but I'm coming back, and that's how it's been the entire time.
With a lot of the other things that I tried, it didn't satisfy me. It was like seeing something that looks really delicious and biting into it and there's no substance there. The taste isn't there. It looked good, but it wasn't what it claimed to be.
Interesting. Okay, here we go. Kat has lived all over the world. She was in one of the first all-girl punk bands, the Stilettos, with Debbie Harry in the 1970s. She's a mother of 3 and grandmother of 2. She always sought a spiritual life, having explored organized religion, various New Age philosophies, and shamanistic traditions. Okay, someone look up the Stilettos with Debbie Harry from the 70s. That's cool.
With the Modern Mystery School, with the experiences that I've had from life activation on.
Okay, we got the Wheel of Life. She is, okay, here, let's read it. In accordance with the Modern Mystery School, initiated in the lineage of King Solomon and the Brotherhood and Sisterhood of Light, with all the authority and power thereof, the bearer of this certificate upholds status for the years indicated by the years on the affixed seals. Okay, so they're like, you're going to be in here for multiple years. That's what they're hoping. So 2021. And then it's signed by founder and I piss I must. Gudni Gudnason. That's his name apparently. Gudni, Gudni, middle name Ged Gudnason. In the lineage of King Solomon. And also, is I piss I must, Dave, Thor, Langton in the lineage of King Solomon as well. So you get your own middle name, David Thor, in caps. Apparently, you got to sign the certificate. This is so stupid.
It has.
I feel bad for these people who are suckered into this stuff because it follows, to me, I've always thought I have always thought this, but I've thought this in the last couple of years, like after you graduate high school or middle school or whatever, however long you get through school, you are, at least in America, you go through standardization. Like, you're in a room with other people your age, you have to follow the rules, you have to go in a straight line, you have to go into this room for lunch, you're told at what time you can eat lunch, you're told you have to take a pass to the bathroom. Like, you're so regimented all day long from beginning to end of the day when you're in school, which is like basically, most of your day, most of your life until you're 18. And you also have learn, test, learn, final. You have a schedule. You're always working towards the grade. You have a quarter, you have a midterm, you have all this stuff where you can judge yourself. Am I doing well? Am I not doing well? Every 9 weeks if you're doing okay, right? Okay, so this is the world that we've lived in. At 18, they're like, bye. This may never be a part of your life again. And you have to figure it out. Like, well, how do I structure my own life? How do I, give myself my own goals if I'm not looking at myself every 9 weeks, and to see if I'm doing well at my job or anything. And that's why I feel like people who stray away from being able to figure it out or don't have the privilege to be able to figure it out because they're financially not doing so well or they get an addiction or something, those people then are like, what's the word when you're super hungry? Like voraciously looking for something to give them that sense of structure, which is like Scientology, which is like this crap. Like, oh, it has a certificate and it has the different years and you get to fill in the blanks and it makes life feel a little bit more manageable. But it's also manipulation because this shit is going to lead to something horrible. It always does. This is a predetermined story that's happened a million times over the years where, okay, let's gather a big group of people. All of them have troubles. All of them are looking for something. And then let's manipulate them. Let's take their money. Let's sexually assault them, whatever the case may be. It's always a variety of that. Like every documentary I've watched always ends in either like some horrible thing or breaks up and someone's in prison. I mean, it's just, I don't know why. That's how it always goes, but there you go. Anyways, I feel like that's part of it. It's like understanding the desire, like understanding why people are attracted to this, because it makes sense to me. It makes a lot of sense. We have to resist that and know that even though this seems really appealing, it's not going to fucking solve your problems. And you have to deal with the issues at the root. Just because this is like giving you a framework that is similar to being in school, and it might make you feel like you have control of your life, it's not going to actually do that long term. It can't. Anyways, that's my rant about why I think some people join these things, unfortunately. Because also community. We also have you're forced to be in a school building for 8 hours a day for 12 years of your life plus, and you have access to people, you have access to sports, you have access to a social life. At least, even if you're a loner, you still have access to people. You're around people all day. 18, bye, done. You no longer have this access. It's done. There's no forcing you anymore. Now you got to go find community on your own. It's hard. It's very difficult. And you don't want to intermingle at work because it can be awkward. And it's like, oh my God. It's tough out there. So I understand. I get it. I understand. And I feel like there needs to be, understanding, but also like a tough love thing where it's like everyone is feeling this way. Do not join a cult to solve the problem. It's not going to make it better for you. Okay, back to it.
It has satisfied me. It's filled me. It fills my need to validate all of those years of seeking. It's like, yeah, I sought this. I've been digging through the mud for this diamond, and now I found this diamond.
It slowly keeps opening my eyes to who I actually am. And it's like a very authentic feeling because you're feeling all this change happening, but it's not like, who is Justin?
Okay, there's some sort of ceremonial thing going on here. He's got like a, what's it called? What's that thing called? That when you smash the pills or whatever, like the porter. But oh my God. See, I need to go back to school. What's it called? The mortar and pestle. Thank you. God. Mortar. No. Is that right? Whatever. That's what I'm going to go with. He's got that. So he must be doing some sort of ceremony.
You know what I mean? Each day I'm slowly shedding this cocoon and becoming who I am and feeling like it's not a different person. Like it's a new thing as I shed layers, but it feels as original as it should be, I guess. And thankfully it works so well that like you can be like a living example of what it is, you know, because people who knew me 5-10 years ago, or like my folks, you know, I mean, they're blown away. You know, they're like, whatever it is, like, you know, keep rocking and rolling. Because I've been able to be there for like my family a lot more.
Dream come true is kind of doesn't cover it. It's like, this is where I've been walking to all this time. Even when there were boulders in the way, even when, you know, things that I put in my way, I've still been walking to here. And now I'm here in the Modern Mystery School at Healers Academy.
I usually describe it as just like a community of, you know, catalyst spiritual evolution. You know, I'm like, you can change in more ways than you know. And now Mystery School has like really had me understand that I got to keep dreaming bigger, you know, because I'm getting these things faster and faster and faster, where I'm like, am I even dreaming big enough now, you know, to really understand like, hey, dude, remember.
Your dream should be to get out. Get out and now live your life without the cult. That should be the dream, I think. That's the true test.
Anything you want is possible, basically.
Warrior of light? Question mark? I don't know. You tell me, bro.
You know, you have that inside of you.
King Solomon took all these teachings and cultures and brought it all together to make this new thing. So it's kind of like the modern Mystery School and I are twins because of this same blending of the best, you know, the best.
I'm trying to understand what's going on based on watching the B-roll. So these are the healers of the group, I guess. So it's mostly women. There's a dude in the back. Some of them have name tags, some of them don't, and they have a green mark on it. What do you think that means? You know how Nexium had the collars with the different colors, which represented like how far you were into the program. Thank you, Boy Under the Bridge. Thank you so much. Boy Under the Bridge says, there will always be vulnerable people and those looking to exploit. It's a perfect storm that keeps storming. Yeah, I don't think that's ever gonna end. And that's what I've been thinking lately, like sort of reflecting upon my experience on YouTube and kind of looking at it like, have I helped? Have I just done this for my own personal gain? Have I like changed over time? I've been trying to really think about it, and I will continue to think about it on my time off. But you know, I feel like there needs to be, and I feel like maybe almost subconsciously I started to move in this direction, but like you can teach people or you can explain why you think something is wrong, right? Like bad, like, oh, tap dancing is horrible. Here are the reasons why I think tap dancing is awful. But some people want to explore tap dancing and they're going to do it no matter what. But then they'll get upset, like, no one told me that tap dancing was bad. And I think even if you did tell that person that tap dancing was bad, they won't even register it, like in the afterthought. Anyways, what I mean to say is, I think there needs to be a push of like education's important, especially like in the anti-MLM space. Like there's 1,000,000,000 trillion videos now that exist that explain exactly why the MLM model is bad for people. For 99% of all the people who will get involved in an MLM, there's 1,000,000 videos. There's 20,000 hours of footage in which a person could do research and understand why MLMs are bad. People will still join MLMs over and over and over again because of the community, because of the promise, because of a hope that, you know, this experience will be different than those other ones. And I feel like the shift needs to be a little bit, at least a tiny bit, on personal responsibility. Know that you are like everyone else in a lot of regards. You're going to have moments of weakness. You're going to want community. You're going to want something structure. You're going to want these things that are so appealing. You're going to want this group of smiling faces next to you. And these institutions, these organizations are there offering you the things that vulnerably you need. We all need. And it's like, it's harsh because it's like, well, people who are involved in cult, it's not their fault, and it's not. But also, there needs to be a little bit of like, look, you're the only one that can stop this from happening, and you need to take some responsibility and not join a fucking cult. Does that make sense? I feel like I'm gonna get canceled again for that. But I just mean, like, we need to empower people to feel like, look, you're not alone. You need to just not do it. And you have the power to do that. There you go. I don't know if that made sense. But thank you, Boy Under the Bridge. It's not going to end. Just by bringing awareness to cults, they're not going to stop. Same thing with MLMs. They're going to continue because there's money to be made. There's people to exploit. So trying to get to people and like say, you know, you are the one who's just like everyone else, but don't handle the problem by joining the cult, I think is the solution, as opposed to just educating people, because it doesn't work and it's going to continue. I don't know. That's my thoughts. Thank you. I went off a little bit on the road there. Also, back to Harry Potter.
It's a portal, the way the Harry Potter books are a portal.
And also,
Lord Voldemort.
Lord Voldemort. And I just wanted to say this too.
You want to tell Tony to shove it up Tony's ass.
R.I.P. Dave. And also,
I love selling stuff online.
Thank you so much. Okay, back to it. Let's see.
Have all of this energy. That all these things, you know, I get to weave all these things into this being that's me. I get to define who I am. I get to define my reality because I get to take the best of all of this to make this kind of a new thing that I am. And it also feels like starting, you know, like, yeah, okay, now I'm on the starting block. Now I can run, you know, now I've got the gun and I can run. I got the starting gun.
I've got the gun and I can run. Okay. She meant the starting gun. Okay, we'll forgive it.
It feels authentic. It makes me feel authentic. And it makes me feel that because I walked to get here and...
Okay, here's the group. So she's like the only diverse person out of this whole group. I don't even know where she is in this picture. But it looks like, just by quick glance, it looks mostly women. The men are on the sides. And somewhere in the middle, I guess, in the back. And it's mostly white. So it seems. Now, in the Vice documentary that we cannot watch because I already know for sure they're gonna I'm gonna put myself in here. I fit right in. They're gonna demonetize me and cut us off immediately. Here you go. You're just joining. Hey guys, welcome to my cult. It's been a great experience thus far, learning all about manipulation. Oops. We're gonna learn about recruitment and going to where people are most vulnerable. Can't wait. What was I saying? I forget. I don't know what I was saying. Anyways, I'll think about it again.
It's been however long it's been to get here that I chose it and it chose me back.
My advice to someone who had a similar past or a younger self, I would just tell them to hold on. You know, help is on the way. So I think I would tell them to hold on, there's hope, and see if you're
Okay, they're getting anointed by a sword.
actually ready, because it's there.
Life activation. That door started to crack open of, you know, you can, yes, you are allowed, and yes, you are enough, and yes, it's good. Call it, and it'll come. Call it. The universe has said, I'm here for you. Just ask for what you want.
Life is a miracle to be lived, but many can't see that. They only see their own problems and therefore are blind to the possibilities in their own life. Engage life with a renewed faith and the miracles will start coming. Okay, more Gudni Gudnason. He's a sovereign Ipisaimas. Thank you. And here's all this. Produced by associate producers. Okay, wait. Here's the updates. Thank you. Today, Kat lives in Silver Springs, Maryland, practicing herbal medicine and writing urban fairy tales. Okay, interesting. And Kat will be 75 this year and continues to live a magical life, sharing the light with all those she meets. Thank you. No one can hear you at all. Thank you. I'm just kidding. It's fine. I don't know if you're trying to be quiet or not. Associate producers, Gudni Gudnason. Okay, let's hear from him. This is who I really want to talk about because he's the leader, the Keith Raniere, if you will, of this cult. I am interested to hear more about like the rituals, but we need to hear from him. This is him. This is his image. And we'll read this Vice documentary. Hold on, I have my things over here. Gudni Gudnason, where are you? Let's just look him up. I already have that. I have the list, but just stupid name, right? Gudni G-E-D Gudnason. Mystery Magic School. Oh God, I guess did I just forget? Here. The making of the thing. What is it like to work with Gudni Gudnason? Here's how it's spelled. I'm sure they're like, oh, I love it. I always go to his room late at night and he asks for me just to comfort him because I am the special one. Okay. Oh God, this music. Okay. Here we go, guys. The direct descendant of Thor. Love, abundance, hope. Gudni and Aiko Gudnason. I guess this is his wife. Here we go. This looks promising. All right, Gudni, take it away.
TV and movies.
Oh God.
But you have a guard company. Wait, do you have some? Tell me your companies.
Get a microphone. Oh my God. Okay, here we go.
My
school and production, TV and movies.
Okay. But you have a guard company. Wait, do you have some? Tell me your companies. What are they?
We have we have a security company.
Security company, right?
VIP protection, but mostly teaching now. We're all getting older, so we just.
He has a security company and making movies. Okay.
They all teach. Of course, Aiko's World.
Which is
fashion brand.
That's also for your jewelry and your clothing.
Yes.
She has a fashion brand and jewelry. So he has a something company and a security company.
Okay.
It's gonna be
the kind of jewelry that you're wearing.
Yeah.
And what about the ring and everything? That's all yours.
Yeah.
And so is the dress.
Yes. And all.
Sir, I'm blocking it. What the fuck are you wearing? What is this outfit? Yellow socks. What are the significance of yellow socks? A butler's outfit with no jacket. Someone explain this to me. Oh God. Sorry, I'm eating mac and cheese. Somebody explain this to me. And also this furniture. Not my favorite. Not my favorite.
And all of his, yes, right, because all of your clothing, Echo mix. And all the clothing Dan's starting to wear, you make.
He's looking a good thing.
So this is you say, wait, we can't have this. I'm a designer. I want to make sure. It's nice to wear jerseys every now and then, but you're going to be wearing what I make.
Right.
He's proud of it too. He loves what you make. I know that because he's really stylish. He started off with the face mask.
Okay, I don't know what I can't see. I can barely hear them either. Here's a better one. So it looks. This is long, but it says interview with Gudni Gudnason, founder, owner, and head teacher at the Modern Mystery School. Okay, here we go.
In Toronto, to be Gudni Gudnason. He is the founder.
Not Gudni Gunderson. Okay, sorry. Gudni Gunderson, Orly Barkema. Okay, let's go. Introduce away.
The owner, the head teacher of the Modern Mystery School that is now in over 48 countries around the world. And this year, he's celebrating 40 years of spiritual teaching all around the world.
Manipulation.
So let's meet you. Hi, Gudni.
Hello.
How are you?
This is other wife. What? This is not from that much longer. This is from it's 2015. Okay, so maybe he didn't meet this other person yet.
Welcome to the show. Thank you very much for accepting my invitation to be interviewed in the Practical Inspiration Show.
Thank you for inviting
I
me.
want to... What?
Thank you for inviting me.
Oh, yes, my pleasure. And I want to say a few words about the show and about me. For everybody who doesn't know me, my name is...
God, no. We don't need to know you.
First of all, the messages of love and of peace and of unity here to Israel, to our area. Mission or love is the purpose. And I'm very sitting next to you.
Lady, shut up. We need Gundy.
Beautiful Shani.
Hello.
Thank you.
Hi.
Hi. And Shani is one of the guides and one of the facilitators of the Mystery School courses here in Israel. She opened the school year 2 years ago or a year ago.
A year ago we started.
A year ago. Yeah. It seems so long ago. And I was blessed to be one of your students in your class with Dr. Rita and then with Martina, and I was initiated.
God, I think this guy's horrible, obviously, but like, I'm annoyed for him. Like, can we get to the point, lady? Like, you brought me on my show. Let me talk, please.
Old. And 57. It looks like 57. 57. Okay. You look 47. And it looks like you live the lives of, it looks like you live the life of 5, 6, 7 people. Huh? What's happening there? What? How come?
I'm having fun.
I guess this is the purpose of life, no? To have fun.
Yes. Joy.
So I want to ask you a little bit about your story and what shaped you into being what you are today. I know that you were born in Iceland, and you were and you wrote to me that you had you were born with a twin brother that died on birth. So I want to know how did it affect your life, this fact that you were born with a twin brother?
Nothing.
Well, it's been a long time, so I don't really remember. And I was very little.
What a bizarre question. How did it affect you? Something that happened when you were not conscious. Well, let me tell you.
But obviously, identical twins are very close. So he passed away 30 minutes after we came to this world. After he came to this world, and left me alone. And he, that's all he needed. He needed 30 minutes in the physical body, and then he was done. But because we were so connected with identical twins, I spent the next 10 years with him on the other side of the veil. So I was raised with beings.
Huh? What?
Things that, we normally call gods or angels and these beings. That was the first 10 years of my life. So when I was 10,
what did you mean that you lived on both sides? Can you explain to people who don't know what does it mean?
Yeah, good question.
Basically, my parents were very worried because I was mostly catatonic, and I would wake up in the morning, but I wasn't really there. My mother put me on the floor, and I would just sit there all day, and so because my soul was not in my body.
So how'd you learn how to speak languages? How'd you learn how to walk upright?
And I spent most of the time on the other side. And they took me to doctors and hospitals and had me checked all over Europe, and everybody said there's nothing wrong with him. He's just not there. He's checked out. So that was the first 10 years. Then
so it means that you were able to be exposed to knowledge or to things that we humans that live on this side don't have these experiences. Was it that enabled you, to be open to get that knowledge and now to teach it?
He was 0 to 10 years old. I don't think you have much choice in that matter. I guess if you're going to be picked to go on the other side of the veil, like, that is not your actual choice.
I mean, honestly, the first 10 years I was with my mom and dad were, what we would call in the Kabbalah, God Elohim.
Mm-hmm.
Elo and Eloha. That was my mom and dad.
Huh?
So I of course, I just called them mom and dad. I had no identity to my biological parents at this time. And I knew they existed, but intellectually I did not have any connection with them. And so I learned from mom and dad on the other side of the veil.
What veil?
And I had them to communicate with about life, about how all of these things that life is about. And so when I was 10, I was raised in Iceland. In Iceland is a Lutheran Protestant country. And even though my parents were not like super religious or anything like that, they still supported the local church, and we go to church sometimes. And of course, the priest talking about hell and damnation, and like those priests do. And one Sunday, the priest came home after church to my parents' house, and I started telling him that he was teaching the wrong thing. I was 10 years old, and I said, you're teaching the wrong thing. There is no hell, there is no sin, and there's no shame. These are all concepts created by humans in order to control population. And he literally grabbed me, a 10-year-old boy, threw me on the floor and started doing an exorcism on me. And this shocked me so much that I didn't want to live. And I started trying to die. And for the next 3 years, I was basically trying to die. I was in and out of hospitals, and I almost did die.
So it was like you were escaping from your body, from Earth.
Yeah, I didn't want to be on this planet. I felt, no, this is not for me. I have no reason to stay here when people treat me this way, and when this event made me feel that way. And
is the shirt bedazzled? Yes, it looks like it is. Just in this front plate, though, not the whole shirt, just in the chest plate area. I do agree.
Then when I was 13, I was in the hospital, and I was basically dying. I had an angelic visit, one of these beings that had been teaching me. More specifically, we call this being Haniel today. And he came to me and he said, okay, it's time to leave. And I said, okay, I'm ready. I'm fine with that. And he said, are you sure? And I said, what do you mean? Well, he said, well, is there anything you want? Is there any reason why you want to stay? And I said, I don't know. Is there a reason for me to stay? And he said, well, maybe you want to, share what you've learned and help people understand. And so
he's so special. I love all these people. That's their claim to fame. It's like, I deserve to be a leader. Why? Well, because God chose me as his favorite. Medical medium, has no skills. Oh, I was selected. Why? White man, why? The white man, why? That's my question of the day. Why does God, angels, whatever, always choose unattractive, in my opinion, white guys who are nerdy and have no skills to be the leaders and to have all this like innate knowledge about the universe. Why not me though? Why not you at home? I don't get it. Why do they always get picked? Well, I think because they're all insane and they're lying. That's my guess. Just a little guess. I don't know.
I saw that and I thought, okay, all right, I stay. And that's really when my life started, was when I was 13. And
So he basically showed you or gave you your life purpose at that meeting.
Yes, basically did.
And how did you, I know that you tried many things during your spiritual path and you were all over the world learning and teaching. What brought you to the mystery school tradition? How did you get there? And if you can also, while you're talking, elaborate a little, what is the mystery school? What is it about?
Well, my path really started, and when I was 13, I didn't realize this. When I was 8 years old, 3 strange men came to my parents' house. And they said, they came from England, and they said to my parents, we'll come because your son is going to be trained in this secret order. My parents were not.
Okay. Anyone who, oh my God. Anyone who's following this guy, come on. If you buy this, you're a dum-dum. I'm sorry. Come on. Be realistic, everybody. Stop this nonsense. 3 Matrix people came and said he's going to be trained when he was 8, but he was catatonic till 10, and at 13 he was in a hospital. Okay, I'm missing the timeline here.
Very happy with this, or they were kind of scared. And they said, well, you can't take him. And they said, no, we're not going to take him. He'll be trained from basically the etheric side. And so that's how it started. And then they just left. My mom told me this when I was 13. So I basically thought, okay, I don't want to be like a priest or preacher or anything like that. I want to teach, but I need a forum. I need a foundation for that. So I went to England, started looking for this organization of these 3 men. And it took me a while. And while I was studying, I studied shamanism. I studied, of course, I was guru hopping, like I think all of us have done. I went to India and tried the gurus, and so. But after a while, in England, I did find the mystery school. I was actually with my rabbi. I studied Kabbalah with a rabbi, and we were having a celebration. It was on a Saturday, and we were having a really beautiful celebration. And this man comes in, and he brings a little business card. It says, "Come to this address tonight at 7." And I thought it was, weird. And what? No, I'm not gonna. This sounds weird. And then, but something called me because this card was really simple. It was just a little symbol and an address. That's it. And so I went, and I found myself. You
were curious what it was.
I was guided. I was being guided. I think Haniel was pushing me to go, and then when I got there, it was basically what's called it was a secret order that had disappeared in 1932, and was not supposed to be around anymore. And it's called the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn. And
the Golden Dog or Golden Dong? What? I'll look this up.
And it's called the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn.
The Golden Dong. I heard it twice. Okay. This man gave me a card and said, "Join the Golden Dong." All right, cool.
And I basically was in the headquarters of this order, and it was very well alive and functioning. thousands of students going through it all the time, and it was very, very active school. And this was basically like the King Solomon lineage of the mystery school. So
and back then, not like now, the lineage was delivered from teacher to student. Not if you were outside like me, how could I have heard about it? It's either you were specific.
And like, why? He has no special ability. So he said he was catatonic, and other than being able to be on both sides of the veil, for what reason? Why is he given this special power but other people aren't? Don't ask questions. Okay, this is what he's talking about. The Hermetic Order of the Golden Dong. Okay, I'm just kidding. It's a secret society devoted to the study and practice of occult hermeticism and metaphysics during the late 19th and 20th centuries. Known as a magical order, the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dong was active in Great Britain and focused its practices on theurgy and spiritual development. Many present-day concepts of ritual magic that are the center of contemporary traditions, such as Wicca and Philomena. Oh yeah, I this one I already pulled up, which is something to do with him, which is Thelema. It's an occult, social, or spiritual philosophy, new religious movement founded in the early 1900s by Aleister Crowley, who is a person who also believes that they're very, special, apparently. So there you go. That's a little background, kind of. That's what he's talking about, I guess.
Specifically brought or called there, right?
Yes. Closed mystery school chooses the students. So there's nobody there who's not been chosen and asked to come. You can't. It's closed, so there's no marketing or anything like that.
Of course.
And the Golden Dawn is not. There's Golden Dawn stuff now on the internet, and there's a website, but it's not the true Order of Golden Dawn. It's still secret in England. So.
And as I understand, you learned, you went all over the world to all the how many mystery schools there are in the world?
Well, there are 7 locations of the mystery schools. And at that time, I visited Tibet, which is the main one. And this was 1977. Tibet didn't open the border until 1978. So I was in India, and I was with Sai Baba for 6 months and walked with Sai Baba. And then I went up north and walked my way into Tibet. And the way I smuggled myself over the border was with the monks. The Chinese government kind of let the monks do what they wanted. So I put on this orange robe, and I just hid myself with the monks. And if they'd found me, they would have shot me. They had shot that same week. They shot a German.
Sounds legit. I believe this.
Climber was trying to get to Everest. And he was shot, and his body was still there. Actually, it was really scary. So that's how I got into Tibet. And then I went to the Congo in Africa. And then I went to Romania. These are 3 locations I visited at this time.
And so there are mystery schools spread all over the world, and the people who are called into the mystery were specific, like you were, somebody chose you when you were, when you were born.
Yes.
This is how you feel that you were chosen for this mission?
Yes, I mean, I didn't realize at the time that I was chosen to basically take the mystery school teachings to the public. I didn't know that, but they all called me when I was young. They called me the world teacher, and I didn't understand what they were talking about. And I guess they were right, because today we teach in 46 countries. Of course, I was just curious. I wanted to learn. And
this is a narcissistic personality disorder in full display. I'm going to call it right now. He's insane, and the fact that people follow him is concerning. Come on, guys. You don't need to be led by another insane person. We have enough of those already. Don't do it. This is the guy who made the documentary. case you were wondering. Oh, not available. Uh-oh, maybe they're in hot water. Maybe the guy deferred. There's chapter 2, but we don't need more. I want to learn more about the school itself. Like what is going on here? What is a leader in the modern mystery school? What is service? Why make a movie? What is it like? What is it like to work with Gudni? Okay, now we have a little taste of who Gudni is. Let's see how it is to work with him, according to his flock of followers. I'm ready.
I'm so curious that
Okay, well, I'll raise up the audio again. Hold on, stand by. Thank you again to somebody out there that gave me this tip that there's this plug-in. Okay, that should be better. Let's see.
Because that's
Nope.
it's beautiful, like because I see. But what does that actually look like? What does it look like to work so closely with Ipsissimus Dave Lanyon and founder Gudni Gudnason and Hideto, as well as all the other council
Gudni Gudnason. She says it a little faster.
members? Like, what does that actually look like? Like, how are you working with these men on a day-to-day level?
Well, may I just speak to that, because the communication is key. And, if there's something that we're working on, that communication is there. We're open about all aspects of whatever it is that we're bringing to the table that we have to create together. And each one of us has a very unique way of looking at life. Each one of us is very different. And that's what I love about this council, is that no two of us are the same. So each one of us comes with a different set of eyes at either a problem or something that we want to solve or something that we want to create. And we each then bring the voice, we each voice what it is that we feel that should be expressed. Mm-hmm. And then that is taken into consideration when we're creating. And that's what I love about this, this process. And also I feel that each one of us represents something unique in a broader sense as well. We each carry, we talked about energy, you talked about light. I mean, we focus a lot on the light, and when the light comes in through us, we're able to see.
Okay, bunch of nothing. Thanks for nothing, lady. Appreciate. This is guy from Brazil. Okay. Why make a film? Because we're trying to indoctrinate people. How would you describe initiation? Okay, let's hear about that. Initiation into the cult. How would you describe that?
How I would describe initiation is there's a current or a conduit of energy that is sourced by something we call a lineage. And lineage has existed for thousands of years, and we're not the only lineage. So consider martial arts. So when you have a martial arts student and you have a sensei or a sifu, that sensei or sifu would train a martial arts student from the knowledge that they received from their teacher. And that teacher teaches from their experience and knowledge from their teacher. And it's this unbroken connection
lineage
from teacher to student for thousands of years. So that's really how, traditionally spirituality in that context was handed down. Beyond religion and all of that. And so we're kind of like that. We're kind of like a martial arts lineage, but we're a spiritual lineage. And so because it's been unbroken from teacher to student, you get to kind of plug in to this source or conduit of energy.
What?
And that plugging in, it's kind of like a battery pack where you can get access to power and energy, but what do you do with it? So do you want to charge a Tesla with it? Do you want to just put a lamp on? I think of, coming back to possibility and capability, there is so much that is possible, but it's really what you're choosing to do with it. So initiation is increasing your potential for power, and the work is choosing the life that you want to create. But the beauty of the tools is you get to have an opportunity to have more clarity about, well, what do you want? Like, what's your unique flavor, or what's your unique way of painting your life or expressing your life? You know, it's like, it's where magic is where art and science meet, because lineage is a way of doing it. That's the science piece. But I think the art...
I have no idea what that means. So I don't think she knows either. Or, yeah, I don't know. Maybe, oh, I already clicked that. Maybe they are confused, just like us, because that didn't make any sense to me. Let's just look at the website too. Seems to be like the guy who's gonna overtake Gudni. He's the weird suit guy, and he's got a cane, so it seems. You are not perfect the way you are. 11 Keys to Master Your Life by Dave Lanyon. I guess that's Dave Lanyon. He's a lineage holder in the mystery school tradition of King Solomon the Wise. Shares practical wisdom to guide you to know thyself. Wow, cool. Okay, let's see how we meet Xenu. How do we? Who are we? What is a mystery school? We are a mystery school. What is a mystery school? It's a mystery. We can't tell you. Okay, but we could learn. We can know thyself. Oh, we could do a basic exorcism. Guys, mark your calendars. Mark your calendars for the basic exorcism. Bring your swords. Bring your swords. I'm just kidding. I know it's sword, but it's got a little crown on it, so we're calling it sword. If you're in Toronto, Canada, at 10 a.m. on August 10th, you can participate. Please note, this class is only open for those ritual masters attending the Warriors of Light program. It only costs $465 American. Okay? Audits, $186.22 specifically. Deposit, $200. So that makes sense. That's good. They have services in Canada, South America, UK and Europe, Ireland, USA, Israel, Japan, and South Africa. Oh, good. Now we know why Justin was there. Spiritual drug detox healing. Good. Awesome. That's good. We got life activation, full spirit activation, galactic activation, energy healing, readings, King Solomon healing modality, spiritual drug detox, the modern mystery school, Sophic Reiki. Classes. Ooh, classes. The path. So what is initiation? I don't know. We tried to figure that out and we couldn't figure it out. It's like joining the cult, I guess. Empower thyself, Healer's Academy, Know Thyself, Ritual Master, Teacher's Academy, Guide. Where do I begin? Stand on the cliff and jump off. That's just as helpful as joining this group. Okay, let's read the Vice. Let's take a critical edge to look at this real quick. There's Gudni, and there's his harem, like I said. Okay. So Vice spoke to ex-modern mystery school members who describe bizarre initiation, sexual coercion, and rampant profiteering. Now, who would have thunk it? Who would have thunk? Okay, here we go. Starving, hungry, and near delirious from lack of sleep, Bernice Van Eck stumbled through the densely packed trees in the forest near Mount Fuji. For 3 days and 3 nights, she'd be sitting in silent meditation, rooted in one spot on a nearby mountainside, with just a bottle of water to sustain her. Nearby, her fellow modern mystery school students had been sitting just out of sight, fighting their own battles with creeping fatigue, the elements, and spiritual beings. This reminds me of James Arthur Ray in the Sweat Lodge. Like, let's put them out in the elements and have them suffer, and then they'll feel like they've accomplished something. unfortunately for James Arthur Ray, 3 people died and a lot of people were injured in his, spiritual warrior training school or whatever the fuck that was. So that's good. It was late September 2014, a typically warm time of year in Japan. But when darkness fell, it had grown unusually cold on the mountainside. By the time she saw the sun dawn for the 3rd time, Van Eck's mind began to deceive her. She found herself haunted by shapes, shadows, and faces swirling in the surrounding mist. Her journey to the mountain had taken 8 years. Van Eck was 33 years old and working as a fashion consultant in Cape Town, where she discovered the school. A white South African with blonde hair and a broad, confident smile, Van Eck had come to understand at a young age that she possessed psychic abilities. Okay, red flag number 1. In 2006, she began being troubled by dreams that seemed to be originating from the spirit world. She consulted a medium who referred her to the modern mystery school. Okay, again, seeing a medium is a gateway into a cult, potentially. So it might not seem like a big deal, but if you believe in mediums, why would you not believe that this group has the keys to all of your life's problems? There, she discovered a community of people who shared her spiritual convictions. I'd always felt different my whole life, she told me recently. I felt these people see what I see. They feel what I feel. Okay? The sense of purpose and acceptance she felt would then be tested repeatedly in the years that followed, as Van Eck was forced again and again to prove her commitment to the school. When things got tough out on the mountain, she reminded herself of the work and sacrifice it had taken to get this far. The hours spent in meditation and study, the tens of thousands of dollars spent, the humiliations and hardships endured. If all that hadn't been enough, the last 72 hours had surely proved her dedication beyond doubt. But there was one more ordeal to overcome. Can I watch this? Okay, here's another video by Gudni.
From the mist of time come ancient methods for modern living.
Welcome to the Mystery School. This organization has existed on this planet for thousands of years. We are now finally offering our services and our teachings to the general public after being hidden for so long. We're now available to help and empower. These are ancient methods that have been proven through time. And they have been proven to bring joy and abundance to life.
Joy and abundance.
We hope
Good.
that you try these tools. The Mystery School is not a place of judgment. We're open to all people of all religions and all philosophies. We're here only to empower.
That's me. Don't join. Oh God.
You see, a new world is coming. A world of change. The Mystery School is changing with the time. Changing with
Feed
new
your cat.
ideas, new music, new dance. It's an exciting time to live.
Stop. Helen Keller was following
Time is speeding up. Something's coming. Something exciting is happening. And the Mystery School has changed to facilitate that. And we want the Shambhala, we want the New Jerusalem, we want the Shangri-La, utopia of freedom, of peace, of love all over this planet. And people call us dreamers, but we're not the only one. The famous words of John Lennon, they're ring true today.
Okay, I'm just confused by these those lemurs or prairie dogs in the background. Why are they there? What's their significance? I see I don't know if it's not Buddha, but it's okay, a peacock. I see, Buddha-esque things, meditating. Looks like maybe it's a monkey figure. I can't tell. And we got lemurs. Prairie dog lemurs. Just hanging for no reason.
It's an exciting time.
Such an exciting time.
Shambhala is coming. The new world is coming, and it's inside of us. It's inside. And if we just live that, if we find the passion and the awareness inside, it will emerge. And it will happen all over this planet.
Seriously?
Peace will come, finally. We're here at the mystery school.
We're here. We're here at the mystery school. I'm convinced. Let me join. We're here at the mystery school. Come join. Come join me. Okay. Back to the mountainside. As the students came down off the mountain, they were guided to a clearing in the trees. Van Eck's throat tightened as she saw the freshly dug graves. Oh my God, I would freak out. She tried to silence her rising panic as she was told to lie down on the cold ground and a plastic sheet was dragged over her. A shovel full of dirt spattered across its surface. Van Eck cupped her hands over her mouth and took shallow breaths. The dirt piled up. She felt its weight pressed down upon her. Over the last 2 decades, the modern mystery school has welcomed thousands of students like Van Eck. At times, it has billed itself as the Harvard of metaphysics. Very low bar. The school website promises a transformational journey that will definitely change your life, and that just might change the world. With a major presence in the UK, Canada, USA, Japan, South Africa, and Brazil, the school claims students in up to 60 countries and describes its missions as creating peace on this planet by uplifting the hearts and minds of humanity. The curriculum blends mysticism with personal development, of course, claiming to offer students the tools to work with energy to manifest the life you truly want to live. Isn't that like every woo-woo spirituality life coach's promise? Like that. Work with energy to manifest the life you truly want to live. Like, okay, that's what everyone promises. This kind of knowledge comes at a considerable cost. According to interviews with students and based on calculations of publicly available costs of programs, it appears that many students spend at least $20,000 to reach the school's upper ranks. Some former students say they parted with hundreds of thousands of dollars to access what the school describes as the top of the pyramid of training. Of course, they're not even hiding it now. To fund their tuition, okay, here's the pyramid scheme that we're all aware of. To fund their tuition, students are encouraged to launch their own spiritual businesses based on the school's teachings and are offered classes such as marketing basics for professional light workers. I hear that quite a lot. The Modern Mystery School boasts more than 900 certified practitioners worldwide, and there are hundreds of Mystery School affiliates with names like Sacred Vibrations and Sky Spirit Healing, offering services ranging from psychic readings to crystal healings and exorcisms. He hated exorcisms, I thought. Now he's offering them? Cool. The school describes this network as an international community of light workers initiated in an ancient tradition of service, compassion, and empowerment. Its critics, including numerous former students, describe it as a cult, yeah, no shit, and a spiritual pyramid scheme whose members face psychological trauma, spiraling debts, and relationship breakdowns. Yep, I believe it. Over the course of several months, I spoke to dozens of current and former students of the Modern Mystery School. Some told me the school's teachings had radically transformed their lives for the better. Others described bullying and manipulation and alleged they had been subjected to both financial and sexual exploitation. Many would only talk anonymously, fearing legal reprisals after signing NDAs. Others were equally concerned about physical or spiritual consequences. More than one former student warned me I should be wary of psychic attacks in the course of my reporting. Oh boy. Anne Nell, a South African student, agreed to share her experience with me in writing. Nell said she received mind-blowing and powerful tools from the Mystery Magical School that changed my life. Unprompted, she stressed, not once have I been forced into anything. Nell said she was aware that cult accusations against the Modern Mystery School were again doing the rounds, but she dismissed them. People don't take responsibility, that's what I said earlier, but it can still be a cult, and you can still not take responsibility and still be a victim of a cult, so don't get that twisted. They bite off more than they can chew, and then someone needs to be blamed if they choke. Okay, Anine. Some spiritual leaders preach the virtues of austerity and see material wealth as a distraction from the pursuit of enlightenment. Gudni Gudnason, the founder of the Modern Mystery School, takes a different view. Of course, they all do. All these fanciful cult leaders are like, no, money is good for me specifically. For you, maybe not. In his early 60s, Gudnason still sports the same long ponytail he has worn for many years, now streaked with gray, a nod to his countercultural leanings. His fashion sense, however, is less hippie and more technicolor English dandy. Yeah, that was evident by the yellow socks. Incorporating bow ties, dazzling embroidered jackets, and ostentatious Gothic jewelry. In a photo posted to Facebook, he is shown behind the wheel of a Maserati sports car wearing yellow driving gloves that match the color of the paintwork. He must have a yellow thing, like a yellow obsession. Gudnason claims to have read thousands of books on subjects ranging from alchemy and astrology to quantum physics, but his references are frequently less high-minded. Modern mystery school students are instructed to watch The Matrix and Mary Poppins. God. And Gudnason is prone to quoting the lyrics to John Lennon's Imagine. Okay, we saw that in the video. Another Facebook photo, purportedly taken at Gunnason's home in Tokyo, shows a sheet of white paper fixed to a bookcase, spelling out 3 words in large bold lettering: World Peace, how? World Peace, how? Good. Asked to describe his life, Gudnason has done so in terms of selflessness and sacrifice. Born in Iceland on May 9th, 1958, he has claimed his twin brother died 30 minutes after birth, but stayed with him to pass on teachings from the spiritual realm. In an interview for a Seattle radio show in 2006, Gudnason recalled how at age 10, he was forced to choose whether he wanted to join his brother and transcend the physical world. For 3 years, he wrestled with the decision, he said, before accepting he had a duty to perform. Okay, that was different than the story he told. He said that he was 13 and was trying to kill himself the whole time. Okay. At the age of 13, I realized, I thought that was at 10 years old. I don't know. He was like 8 and then something happened. He got the special secret organization wanted him at 8, but then at 10 something happened, and then at 13 something else happened. It's confusing. Okay. He said before accepting he had a duty to perform. At the age of 13, I realized that what I had learned, I needed to share. Basically, I've been in full service my whole life. I'm in full service in my Maserati. There are many different versions of Gudnason's life story. On the radio show, he explained he joined a mystery school in England, the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn, where he studied for several years before going out into the world to share what he had learned. He has claimed to have studied with numerous ancient mystery schools in Tibet, Africa, Transylvania, and Japan, and is, according to various biographies posted online, a martial arts master, doctor of metaphysics, the recipient of awards including Poet of the Year, and trainer to bodyguards of the Dalai Lama. Okay. When David Bowie died, Gudnason posted a heartfelt tribute online, reminiscing about their years of friendship after meeting on the streets of London. Oh yeah, Gudni and Bowie go way back. Let me go a little closer. One biography of Gudnason notes, apparently without irony, his resume sounds too good to be true, as it shows the lifespan of several people put into one lifetime. Yeah, that does sound right. The course of Gudnason's remarkable life can be traced back to an apprenticeship he took as a young man, but not with an ancient mystery school. By his early 20s, Gudnason had become enamored with the Icelandic artists Hakur and Hordur Hardenson, twin brothers known for their works incorporating sculpture, movement, and martial arts. In the mid-70s, the Hardensons, who were both national judo champions, developed Kimiwasa, a martial art blending dance and self-defense. Gudnason joined a small group of young men who studied Kimiwasa with the Hardensons, just as the twins' media profile was peaking. When the Hardensons were asked to appear in When the Raven Flies, a 1984 Viking epic that remains among Iceland's best-loved films, Gudnason landed a small role as well. He immediately impressed the film's director, Hafran Gunnlaugsson, who tasked him with performing a dangerous knife-throwing stunt. He was the one who was really committed, Gunnlaugsson told me. After successfully performing his scene, Gudnason was appointed stunt coordinator for the entire production. When Ordur Hardenson moved to Sweden in the early 80s, Gudnason went with him and remained there for much of the next decade, occasionally appearing in the twins' dance performances. Gudnason later claimed he was also operating a Kabbalah center during this time, but by 1992 he was back in Iceland advertising classes in Kimiwasa, claiming to be a master of what he described as a 1600-year-old martial art. This came as no small surprise to the Hardensons, who say they invented the discipline around 15 years ago. It's 1,600 years old, aka in ant years. 1,600 years old in ant years. And it's actually 15 years before. He was not qualified for that and didn't ask me, he told me. So now we know what kind of man he is. Hakor recalled Gudnason was never the most promising martial arts student, but he distinguished himself in other ways. He can talk to people and they believe him. That is his greatest gift. Gudnason did not respond to a request for comment. The following year, having been instructed to stop teaching Kimwasa, Gudnason announced plans to open Iceland's first bodyguard school, teaching classes in firearms, map reading, and driving skills, drawing on experience he claimed to have gained while training the Swedish army. The business was short-lived, but just a few months later, Gudnason opened a gym in Reykjavik where he taught Fujikado, a martial art of his own creation. Okay, great. And offered alternative therapies, including crystal healing and energy massage. Yeah, that sounds about right. This venture ran into almost immediate problems when the police launched an investigation into a martial arts tournament hosted by him. Video footage of the event appeared to show children boxing without protective equipment. The incident prompted Iceland's karate and judo associations to denounce Gudnason, stressing that he had no official connection to their disciplines. According to a 1995 press report, Gudnason was acquitted of breaking a boxing ban, but was handed a 1-year suspended sentence for possessing an air rifle. Okay. Not long after this, he left Iceland for good. Gudnason declined to comment, about that. All right. Haraldur Dean Nelson is a mixed martial artist who trained at the same gym as Gudnason in the early 90s. Nelson told me that despite the media's attention he generated, Gudnason was never taken seriously by his peers. People who are doing real martial arts, they just laughed at this bullshit, he said. Nelson didn't know for sure why Gudnason had left Iceland, but he has a theory. It's such a small community, so people will just know you're full of shit. Yeah. Gudnason moved to Ogden, a small city in the Rocky Mountains of Utah. Okay, well, that's where they all go, is Utah. So, or what's that one? Sedona. It's either one or the other. Where he quickly began pursuing a series of money-making schemes. Not long after his arrival, he met and married Lori Seacrest, an established psychic and spiritual healer. Together, they ran the Trio-Light Foundation, a seminar company teaching techniques to create a mental state of peace and joy. Archived versions of the company's website show it sold products including an elixir of life named Antimony, priced at $34.95 for a month's supply. This remedy may open your connection to God, the website claimed. Whether the legends about antimony are true or not, we leave it up to you to determine. Well, there you go. Over the next few years, the Trio-Light Foundation began offering a bewildering array of services, ranging from classes in neuro-linguistic programming, that's NLP, that's what Tony Robbins is famous for, I suppose, and Chi Do, a moving meditation practice, to relationship counseling. Can you imagine? Like, I need help with my relationship. He's like, when I was a baby, I talked to my twin through the veil. Like, okay. Why are your socks yellow? Okay. Meanwhile, Gudnason launched the Edge Bodyguard Services and advertised seminars in school security and combat shooting. The company proclaimed, "We are the people you read about in books, and they make movies about, who live a life of danger and live in the face of terror all the time." Having already invented a martial art, Gudnason obtained a patent in 2003 for a stun glove, featuring a hand-mounted power pack for directing an electric shock to an assailant. Oh my God. Can you imagine wearing like a stun glove, just walking around town, just like, don't touch me. I need that. There's little evidence that any of these enterprises achieved any serious commercial success until Gudnason and Seacrest devised a bold new marketing strategy. Initially, the Trio-Light Foundation seminars were described in terms of personal development promising to boost productivity and motivation. In 1998, Gudnason and Seacrest combined this aspirational ethos with the mythical backstory. Gudnason began claiming to be the latest representative of a 3,000-year-old lineage dating back to King Solomon of Israel, although the mystery school adopted a new spelling, Salomon. He told his students he had been summoned to Utah by a higher power and instructed to open an ancient mystery school. An ancient mystery school to the public for the first time. He named this organization the Rocky Mountain Mystery School and coined a slogan, "No more secrets." Okay. The Rocky Mountain Mystery School promised to reveal the great mysteries and the old magic of the ages, offering classes including alchemy, aura healing, shamanism, and eroticism. Ooh. To this cocktail of new age and I want to call it mythical, but it's mystical themes, Gudnason added a contemporary twist. In the late 90s, films such as Men in Black and Independence Day were topping box office rankings. X-Files television show was peaking in popularity. On the 21st of May 1998, Gudnason and Seacrest claimed to have had physical contact with beings from another world after witnessing a plasma ship landing in a lake in southern Idaho. Inside the ship were members of an alien race called Nathors, the couple said, who over a 3-week period showed them wondrous technology and asked them to share it with the world. Wow. He was selected at birth by God to be able to talk to his dead twin. He also was selected to be entering this famous secret society by 3 men, wise men in England, and he also was selected by aliens. This sounds like medical medium, because this is the same thing medical medium does, which is like, I was selected by God and the spirit of compassion. I have had experiences with aliens as well, and they, picked me and loved me and thought I was great. It's like, wow, man, some people are just special and some people get nothing. Okay, so at the heart of the mystery school curriculum was a technique known as DNA activation. Today, the process is referred to as life activation. Gudnason taught that everyone has 24 strands of DNA, 12 physical and 12 spiritual. Using a process similar to the energy healing practice of Reiki, which is going like this, okay, but performed with a crystal wand rather than a healer's hands. Okay, so like this. I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh, but I do. I don't give a shit.
It's a portal, the way the Harry Potter books are a portal.
Get your crystals.
Lord Voldemort.
Get your crystal wands out, everybody.
Lord Voldemort.
We need to summon Lord Voldemort. Okay, so use a crystal wand, and he claimed that he could activate 22 of these strands. The technique had been passed down through the school's 3,000-year lineage, but the knowledge required to activate the final 2 strands of DNA had remained a mystery until his extraterrestrial encounter. Combining ancient knowledge passed down from a spiritual hierarchy of light with a technique revealed by the Nathors on behalf of a galactic federation. It's always a federation for some reason. The mystery school claimed DNA activation could offer a complete physical experience of the spiritual world. Alice was one of the earliest mystery school students. Speaking to me recently, she asked not to be identified by her real name. Alice joined the organization in the early 2000s and recalled taking classes in Gudnason and Seacrest's home. It was very much a family feel. Gudni did a lot of one-on-one teachings. You just felt very loved and supported. They were intent on rapid expansion, claiming they had been instructed by the Nathors to activate 20% of the world's population by 2005. Wow. Students were encouraged to climb the ranks of the school, learning first how to perform DNA activations, then how to teach the technique to others. Rebranding a self-help seminar company as an ancient mystery school backed by aliens turned out to be a marketing masterstroke. I mean, it makes sense. Given what people believe on Instagram, that is a smart move. Within 3 years, the mystery school claimed teachers across the United States and Canada, England, and Sweden. With the school's own students working to bring in spiritual seekers, Gudnason and Seacrest toured the country, teaching seminars to the latest recruits. Students paid $1,100 to attend week-long conferences featuring seminars titled Light Laser Healing Technologies, the Intergalactic Experience, and Spells and Charms for Women Only. Okay, here's another video. It's funny. I mean, none of this is all... He was like one of the early people. This is still definitely going on today, and people still buy into it. So again, it's like, you got the knowledge to not be tricked by this stuff, yet you choose to walk straight into the fire. I don't get it, but okay. Gudni Gudnason talks about the work at hand.
In our work on this planet, as soldiers of God, warriors of light, we do service. But we cannot do service with the mind. The mind is polluted by this world. We have to do service from the heart. And when you service others with your heart, you reach them. You reach through their polluted mind. You reach them on such a deep level that they cannot say no to truth. Because light is truth.
This guy sucks.
And no words can ever explain truth. Truth cannot be explained with words. Words fail. Only light flowing.
So why are you talking then? Words do not work. Okay, then shut up.
Through infinite service.
Shut
That's
your
where people
pie hole.
will come to you and say, what is it you have? I want that peace. But for them to feel that, you have to live that. You have to be in this space.
Yeah.
So exercise this. Be this warrior of the pond.
Oh, Warrior of the Pond. Okay, that sounds familiar to Blue. Okay, to many of the students like Alice, this arrangement seemed to evolve organically. Why wouldn't they want to spread the word about such life-changing teachings and healings? But regardless of how the school's network marketing structure came about, okay, so it's a MLM, here we go. Which is some network marketing opportunity, girl. But regardless of how the school's network marketing structure came about, within a few years it was clear that Gudnason had recognized the benefits of the model and was seeking to apply it to new business opportunities. In August of 2005, he registered a separate business with the state of Utah, describing Spartan Group Agile as a multi-level marketing company that has the goal of helping people reach financial freedom. Okay. So he's like, I got a room full of gullible idiots. No offense, but also offense, because come on. I feel like they're victims because they are in it and they, have multitude of reasons as to why they're trying to heal themselves, but they're still gullible, and that is indisputable. Okay, so he's like, I got a bunch of these suckers, basically, these marks. Let's get them into an MLM pyramid scheme as well to get people to financial freedom. Within the Rocky Mountain Mystery School, many students were finding themselves drifting further and further away from anything like financial freedom. Alice recalled she was asked to take on more and more responsibilities, helping to organize the school's events and recruiting hundreds of students. I was never paid. I still had to cover flights, food, car rental, and then I had to pay to participate in the programs. Mandatory programs. Cool. Good work. Another senior mystery school student at the time told me she also worked unpaid. Krista Swart, a South African student who joined the school years later, said she and others were regularly required to carry out cleaning duties for no pay, an activity the school said was necessary to work on their ego. Oh, that's convenient. He can drive a Maserati. Doesn't affect his ego. You don't need to clean my dojo, though. At first, Alice didn't question this working arrangement. That was the way it was done. In the early years, she considered this a price worth paying to work closely with Gudnason. But over time, he seemed to take less interest in teaching, delegating more and more of his work to Alice and her fellow students. I was spending upwards of easily 80 grand out of my own pocket to maintain my rank, maintain my certification, and receive what ended up being, I would describe as, really half-assed training. Again, no shit. In 2006, Gudnason and Seacrest split. Oh no! True love at the quantum level split. Oh, how come all the spiritual people get divorced? Wouldn't source energy tell you exactly who to marry and who not to marry, and bother with a divorce? Teal Swan's been married and divorced 100 times. Can't you ask the people you give get all your information from that you sell to people? Can't you ask who do I marry so I don't have to get divorced? It's very inconvenient. Okay, they created a rift at the heart of the mystery school when they got divorced. Seacrest remained in Utah, continuing her work with the Triolite Foundation. When I reached her by phone recently, she told me the terms of her divorce from Gudnason prohibited her from speaking publicly about their time together. Okay. So she said, as the president of Triolite, our time with Gudni was very productive in many ways and controversial in other ways. She continues to offer metaphysical teachings. I try to do the work with the best integrity that I can summon. Okay. So after they broke up, he moved to Japan and married Aiko. That's the fashion designer from that other video. A student, of course, who had worked for him as a translator. Later, he rebranded his side of the organization as the Modern Mystery School. Alice said students were given a choice. You either went with Lori or you went with Gudni. But not everyone did. In a blog post, so Alice, the person that we've been talking about, chose Gudnason. But not everyone did. In a blog post published in 2007, Gudnason lashed out at the students he felt had abandoned him, accusing them of joining the forces of evil. This is the same story as in Star Wars with Anakin Skywalker, who turned to become Darth Vader, thinking that he was doing the right thing, he wrote. He was on a mission of light until it was too late. Oh, man. Gudnason accused his doubters of ignoring his teachings. Remember, I told you all that you would wander in darkness, you would be misguided, and that I would lie to you to get you off their path. Thanks, Pablo. Pablo Hormone, thank you. Pablo Hormone chose a Shiba dog, writing with a brush, writing number 1 on a piece of paper. Thank you. Let's summon Lord Voldemort again.
Lord Voldemort.
Thank you, Lord Voldemort. And I also just want to tell you this, Pablo. This is very important.
People want their news from flawless, beautiful faces.
They do. Also, just a quick note about my eyebrows.
My eyebrow stays on.
And also, finally, I need to say this.
If I were to die, it would probably be choking on broccoli.
I just wanted to let you all know that. Thanks, Pablo. Also, I have these Brian Johnson quotes. Here's another one.
You're exchanging biofluids.
And one more.
My father and I get sewn together.
And finally.
This is actually legit.
I need to move that up. I feel like that one's pretty funny. Thank you, Pablo. Okay. So he's saying, like, you guys suck. I'm the best. Okay. On a Thursday evening in 2019, I took a seat in an upstairs conference room at the Columbia Hotel in central London. I was there to discover the hidden knowledge of the universe as revealed by Dave Lanyon. Okay, that's the guy from the website, which is this one. Here's Davey. He's the predecessor, I'm assuming. The guy trying to take it out from underneath Gudni. Okay. So he is a master metaphysician and lineage holder in the modern mystery school. Around 200 people filled the room. How do you get 200 people to show up for this shit? Come on. Wow. How? 200 people? Like, that's a significant... I've never even met 200 people in my life. No, it's not true. But, like, you know, like, if I was to say, hey, I'm having a birthday party, it's free. I'll pay for you to come. 200 people would not show up. And these people can, like... be horrible manipulators and insane, and they get 200 people to show up to their event. It's crazy. Okay. Drawn to the promise of a talk that would reveal how to achieve your limitless potential. As we waited for the event to begin, a young woman seated in the front of me performed an elaborate ritual with her hands. After 7 p.m., Martina Coogan, the chief executive of the European Modern Mystery School at the time, stepped onto the stage. I want to introduce somebody to you that's a little challenging to introduce because he's quite an extraordinary and amazing person, I'm sure.
This man is one of the greatest innovators and creative geniuses of all time.
Okay, so Lanyon, this guy, okay, who this is, Dave Lanyon, is apparently one of the youngest CEOs in North America. I don't think so, man. And had opened the largest martial arts dojo on the continent, and yet he wanted more. Lanyon had ascended through the mystery school in record time, Coogan told the audience, achieving the highest possible rank of Ipissimus. By the time of Gudnason and his wife split, the mystery school was well established in the US, Canada, UK, and Ireland. While he focused on building a new life in Japan, Gudnason needed someone who could continue driving the organization's expansion. At first, he considered establishing a Western headquarters in LA. Lanyon, then an ambitious student based in Toronto, persuaded him to change his mind. According to his official mystery school biography, Lanyon joined the organization in 2004. Dave has dedicated his life to serving the world by teaching, healing, and helping people from the walks of life to know thyself. Lanyon is described as a member of the Knights Templar and as a world-class martial arts instructor, and is said to have expanded the school's global presence from 12 to 55 countries. On LinkedIn, he lists his occupation as Chief Enlightenment Officer. God, I'm sure we're going to hear that one more and more as time goes on. Okay, and there's a student named Eddie who spent 10 years with the Modern Mystery School. He joined at the same time as Lanyon. He says that Lanyon boasted to her of having been a debt collector for the mob, with whom he claimed his family had connections. Okay. When asked about his background before joining the school, Lanyon declined to comment. Former friends and colleagues confirmed to me that he was a greeting card salesman. Greeting card salesman? That exists? A greeting card salesman. And held his stake in a Toronto martial arts gym. One former associate who trained with him at the gym said Lanyon was always fascinated by mysticism and the concept of destiny. Okay. On the stage, he cut an intriguing figure. Aged in his mid-50s, he wore a gray goatee and was dressed like a stage magician in a patterned pink shirt, navy waistcoat, and blue jacket. A pentagram hung from a chain around his neck, and a gold ring flashed from his finger as he sipped from a large Starbucks cup. In his 2-hour speech, he touched on topics ranging from Brexit and Trump, to the nature of reality. At one point, he warned against seeking meaning through academic study. Knowledge doesn't cause transformation, guys. It never has. At one point, knowledge is not power, guys. Everyone knows that. What is the secret to life? Audience members shouted out suggestions: spirit, confidence, self-belief, passion. All good answers, he said. Be encouraged to think deeper. Accept your real self, one woman ventured. How do we know what the real self is? Lanyon replied before answering his own question. You have to know thyself. Oh, the slogan. Wow. Towards the end of the evening, Lanyon offered a final piece of advice. The best thing we can do for ourselves is develop a path. In case there was any doubt as to what this might mean, Lanyon left the stage. Coogan invited the audience to take up a special promotion on the way out. This is a powerful path, and we'd love to invite you to walk that path with us. Just outside the conference room, a small crowd began to gather around a table where 2 women were offering life activations for €250 or pounds or whatever. Oh, good. Here we go. We're back to this trauma experiment. It's impossible for Van Eck to know how long she'd been buried on the mountainside. Was it seconds, minutes? Suddenly, the plastic sheet was pulled away. Cool, fresh air hit her skin, and a wave of exhaustion and relief coursed through her body. She had survived. She had passed the test. She had graduated as a 3rd-step ritual master. Confirming the existence of this initiation, the school said, this is part of a symbolic ceremony to manifest out with the old, in with the new, and only applies to those entrusted with teaching at the school. The mystery school hierarchy is split into 2 main paths, healer and warrior. Those who ascend the healer path become guides, while those on the warrior path become ritual masters. Students are typically required to follow both paths, but Van Eck always felt a greater affinity with the path of the warrior. Healing was one thing. Van Eck wanted to fight evil. Healing was one thing. Van Eck wanted to fight evil. I used to carry daggers and holy water in my bag instead of lipstick and perfume. Seek help. I was like the Barbie exorcist warrior, you know? No, I don't know. After her introduction to the school, she underwent a DNA activation and began to explore what else the curriculum had to offer. She discovered the school's lineage includes some of history's greatest artists, thinkers, and leaders such as Plato, Leonardo da Vinci, William Shakespeare, and Winston Churchill. Okay. The claim is also made in teaching materials given to me by another former student. Asked about this, the school said its attempts to show all of these individuals were proponents of the school's teachings. She learned sacred rituals that she was told would allow her to communicate with the hierarchy of light, a body of beings bridging the gap between humans and God. Progress through the mystery school is marked by a series of initiations, ceremonies denoting a student's progression to a new rank with the hierarchy. This is like Scientology. And students are referred to as initiates. Prices for these initiations listed on the mystery school website increase significantly as students move up through the school. More courses in subjects such as sacred geometry and astral travel must be taken along the way. At the Healers Academy, a week-long program on the guide path, students pay £4,000 to learn how to perform life activations. Upon completion, each graduate is presented with their own crystal wand. Well, there you go. At least that's included. Anyone who attains the rank of guide and 3rd-step ritual master is deemed to be a higher-level initiate within the school. But even these dedicated students soon discover their education is just beginning. Emails forwarded to me by former students contained invitations to embark upon a School of the Mage program, comprising 10 weekends of personal tuition with Gudnason spread over 3 years at a cost of more than $80,000. In an email to prospective participants, Gudnason advised, it is the highest training of them all, the top of the pyramid. Oh, God. Okay, so, those on the healer path, the path promises hardship, the promise of enlightenment. Okay, this person spent 3 years at the school in Boston and Toronto. Okay. More people. Okay, I'm trying to skip. This is like really freaking long. Oh my gosh, it's so long. Okay, let's hear him again. Can't wait.
Because what is healing? What is a healer?
What is a
You
healer?
are. You cannot have someone heal you. No one can heal you. So there are no healers. Now those of us who call ourselves healers, we're facilitating healing within the client. We're only holding the space, facilitating. But what are we facilitating? Now we can cleanse out the aura, we can take down negative barriers and stuff that is in the way of their complete healing. In the way of them coming to the point of forgiveness, because that's what healing is about. Healing is about self-forgiveness and forgiving others. It is about accepting and allowing.
Boring. Once you watch like a bunch of the... Hello?
Accepting.
Once you watch a bunch of these, even like the gurus, from India and stuff, like they all say the same thing. They all say the same shit. It's like, okay, once you heard one, you've heard them all. Teresa. Alchemy. This is old. The Philosopher's Stone. Oh no. Harry Potter. Do you know in the UK it was called Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, not the Sorcerer's Stone? Little known fact. Or sorry, maybe it's just Canada.
Let's talk about Philosopher's Stone for a moment.
They gotta get it translated.
See, the goal of all of this, the goal of why we do all this work.
Okay. Indoctrination. Innocence. Ooh. Help aid Japan. Weird. I don't know if I could read all of it, but basically it's crazy. It's very Scientology, very much like bullshit. Everyone that's in it is like, down a bad path. What is this one? Let's watch one more video and then we'll call it a night. How about that? Are you your sexual orientation? What is success? Achieving your goals. We are not better. I am horrible. Are you guys inspired? I am a dancer. Love, nurturing, royal, caring, powerful. Okay. I'm getting indoctrinated. This is too long, but this is the beliefs of the modern mystery school. Okay, here we go. Dave. Yeah, what does the magic mystery school believe? The core belief of the modern mystery school stem from the concept that all humans have a divine origin. We believe that all people are gods and goddesses. Okay. Sure you do. But you're the only Thor. Or your buddy is. As divine beings, all humans have all the knowledge we need, and that whatever questions we have, the answers reside within ourselves. The mystery school tradition was established to assist humans to find those answers, not to simply give them, because that would be too easy. The teachings of an ancient mystery school tradition will lead one to further exploration of their beliefs. The beliefs expressed in this video have their origins in the hermetic roots of the esoteric teachings. As the viewer of this video, or as a student of the MMS, we invite you to contemplate these beliefs. They do not require blind faith, but they do. But if those core beliefs resonate with you, we encourage you to explore deeper with us. For thousands of dollars. Okay. He's a jokester, this guy.
This appears to be backwards and upside down. Oh! Hello there! I see you're back for another video. And you have some questions. Let me see what I can do about that.
Fade to black. Yeah, a big question that all these grifters have.
But the first thing I would say is, why not? I mean, inherently within the question is almost always the intent of negativity, that business is anti-spirituality. And it's like, well, it could be if you know, I guess it really comes down to people thinking that business is all about money, spirituality should be the exact opposite, and therefore they are in opposition to each other.
Okay, this guy's better than Gudni, I think, but just barely. I don't care. Okay. Well, I think to finally wrap this up, I am not convinced that Miley Cyrus is a part of this group. However, I'm not convinced that she's not. I believe it was a mix-up because of the know thyself thing. I think it just so happens that the guy just took the name, probably. Because I think the modern mystery school probably, I don't know if they coined it or whatever, but, you know thyself is part of their branding. But I think the guy just was like, I need a podcast name. And Impact Theory was already taken, so yeah, that's what he did. So I believe she went to an event where, what the hell? This is what it is? Yeah, because it's all about know thyself. I don't think he's connected. Wait, is he? Well, it does say that, other light mystery school traditions. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm giving her too much credit. Magic. Mystery. Light mystery school tradition. It doesn't name it directly. Huh. Well, I'm open to I'm open to the possibility that she is maybe in it, but maybe not. I thought it was a mix-up because, she went to that event with those two people who are definitely in the healing space. It said know thyself, but it was the podcast, not a group recruitment for the mystery school, which is what people originally thought. But this guy, this is the event that she did go to that's confirmed, his podcast taping with Joe Dispenza. It says he feels complete when he spends his time reading, connecting with others, and staring at nature. His self-proclaimed gypsy lifestyle has greatly bestowed on him many wonderful growing experiences. His aspirations in his studies are to understand the individual's journey of unfoldment and personally connect with the universal life force within all of us. He's an investigator of the esoteric religions, spiritual disciplines, and mystery school teachings, but bears allegiance to none. Okay, so he's not in it. He's a spiritual sovereign in search to only the OG, the originator of life, and his cat, Kanu, whatever. Okay. And of course, merch. Very spiritual to get merch. Know Thyself podcast. So I think it was a big misunderstanding, is what I'm trying to say, to wrap this up, to return back to Miley Cyrus. I believe Miley Cyrus did not join this cult, but it was a interesting cult to go and discover. This is actually a cult. I'm 100% convinced that it is. I think Miley Cyrus is just going down the more annoying but more mainstream spiritual wellness bullshit, Dr. Amen medical medium path, Joe Dispenza path, that a lot of the people in your life probably, if they aren't wellness stuff, are doing. This is an extreme, call the authorities type of situation if you're involved in it. This seems to be like she went to an event with some woo-woo people and she's taking a break from her, you know, Instagram and promoting her songs. And for that I say, we've all been there, you know, just don't slip down the slippery slope. Don't slip down the slippery slope, you know? So what you gonna do? And that's my take on Miley Cyrus and her involvement. If she joined a cult like this, would I be surprised? No. Will she? Maybe. I think more likely she'll be more like Danica Patrick, like start her own podcast about, you know, interviewing the wellness woo-woo people and giving them a big platform to share their amazing messages to the world, which I could do without, TBH. Anyways, okay, so we're back on set. We're back on set and the Miley Cyrus Studios in Burbank, California. Hannah Montana was filmed by a live studio audience. Like I said, I'll be gone for the next 2 weeks and I'll be back and I'm going to do, you know, mucho meditations. I'm going to be thinking about my presence, my behavior, my thoughts, my, what's the TikTok song? My rules, my life. My life, my rules, my style, my attitude. And I'll get back to you about where I stand on all things. Because I've been going back and forth. I love doing streams, but they are very time consuming. Obviously, it's been 3.5 hours. And like to do it all in a bulk way, I don't mind doing it. I like it, but also like I'm tired then at night. Like I go to bed basically right after this because I'm so tired from like talking and incessantly chatting to myself for 3.5 hours. But then if I do an edited video, it takes so much longer to get them together, but I miss that. And I feel like I'm not really doing videos anymore. I'm just kind of like discovering things on live, which is cool. But also I miss doing the more thoughtful, like, okay, let's cut parts that are boring and put the good parts and make it cohesive. So I think I'm going to try to like do less streams unless it's an interview or something that lends itself or something big's happening and it makes sense. And then the rest focus on edited videos. That's my plan as of now. I will reflect and come back to you when I decide and let y'all know. All right. Thank you for joining. Like I said, I'll be back in 2 weeks. So in August, when the Virgos are out and feasting, I don't know, on the moon prana, then we'll commence again and we'll start our cult together. Excuse me. All right. Join the membership if you'd like. There's a button below. If you're looking for a way to, if you want to be a streamer too, if you want to be a streamer and a dreamer and you have a Macintosh or Apple computer, there's a link below to my affiliate link and you can join me. And they actually just came out with a bunch of new features and it's very cool. And so I'll be playing around with more of the features as well. And I can also, they came out with a feature on this, which is Ecamm, which is what I use, where you can blur faces live. So I can start now start doing some more kid stuff because like kid content, vlogging stuff, it's hard because I don't want to show their faces. I want to blur their faces, but then also it's hard to do it live. So I've been kind of avoiding that topic. So now I should be able to blur them. I should be able to blur them in real time. So I was very excited by that feature. Okay. And on that note, I'm going to now do my story and then call it a day. Okay, bye. Thanks for joining me. See you. Bye. I gotta pick a song. Which one should I sing? Maybe this one? Ayy. Circumstances have changed. That's got words. That won't work for me. What about this one? Oh. I'm gonna turn off my light. I'm being blinded. Gudni Gudnason, he's a quantum leader that got to be on both sides of the veil for 10 years. Oh well. Yeah. Starry nights. How many fights could you win against Gudni Gudnason. He's a karate master. Nicole Campbell went to ask her, and by her I mean Gudni Gudnason's wife, one of them. Can he fight? Can you fight with all of your might? Heather DeMaio says, no, but I can bite. Ow! It hurts to be bitten, says a consul holding a kitten. She knows because the kitten bit her once. And Tiffany is a dog, and dogs bite cats sometimes, so Tiffany wasn't afraid of the kitten that bites, but she is afraid of having lice. What a relatable fear to have. Ain't it right, Chelsea Marie? Chelsea Marie is like, can I just get something for free, please? No. Nothing in life is free. Rainy Cannon knows that. Rainy Cannon knows that. They know it's a fact. Alaska Blue Tundra. They also know that facts are not feelings. And I am just sitting here reeling from that discovery. Someone should hire me to be their guru for 1 million Maseratis. Crystal G says, what about me? I want to be a guru too. And I'm like, Crystal, you already got the perfect name to be a guru. Like, I got this name from the crystals in the ground that shine a light around the world. And people would believe it because they're silly. Lisa B says silly, not me. But then also, yeah, you're right. I could be fooled by gurus all night. Oh, Kim Possible 11. Did you know that there was a gate to heaven? But then it turned out that it was actually just another cult. Who would have thunk it? Probably everyone else but the people involved. Ain't that right, Charlotte? Uh-huh. That's true. We all knew. All the other cults as well. What other ones can we name? Waco. What's some other one? The Kool-Aid one. I forgot. Joms, chime in. I know you know all the words and all the cults and all the things. What's the one where they drank Kool-Aid? Jonestown. There you go. Thank you for intuitively saying that to me. Through the astral plane. Casual Pasta. Do you ever sing Rasta? I don't know what Rasta is actually. Thank you, Joms. I see it coming through. Ooh, yeah. Casual Pasta. I wanna take a Monster energy drink and drink it so I can stay awake and think about the formal pasta I wanna eat when I go on vacation. Carasoto, take a photo. How many times have I rhymed the same thing? At least 103. Don't feel bad for me. I could look up rhymes, but I choose to save my dimes and just use the same ones. Recycle them, baby. reuse and recycle. Heather Hope says, what about a bicycle? Do you reuse or do you send it to the landfill after one use? That was a story that this other healer told one time. Her bike broke, quote unquote, and she was ready to throw it in the garbage. But then she consulted her astral friends from the other galactic federation. And they said, have you tried fixing it? I guess not. Just like not Jenna Cash. Thank you so much again, not Jenna Cash. I appreciate it. You're a longtime follower. Much love. And I fly away like a little dove. Or maybe I wash myself with Dove soap. Nope, I don't shower. I just walk myself in the tower. El Cholo's kid knows what I'm talking about. Hey, no shower gang. If you shower, that's going against Mother Nature. Mother Nature, I mean. Sorry, that was a different language from a different universe. Sometimes I be doing that. I'm channeling all of that. Alice in Wonderland 66. You know how that is. You're probably channeling bunny rabbits going down holes and trying to look at the time and go into the Queen's garden and painting flowers and then waking up back at home at an interesting hour. I remember that movie, see? And doesn't give a damn. She's like, I'm at the end of this list and I'm pissed. I stopped listening 6 hours ago. And Lindsay Walden, all I can say is, you're the roof to my house, you're the sun to my rain. And Lindsay Walden, ever since you came, it hasn't been the same. Oh. Okay, that was my after song portion. Thank you so much. Goodbye. See you soon. Toodles.